sen lenga lengko le mitinte anje samoi chikim le se he hun pui lo thenga hian lal ber se kan tan lal piang min cleareng si vana chang khian ril ruwa be thlem lom I hoi teng le I moi ve em kan ti nang po mana chang to pan bu ka chak che hun pui Christmas nang nen sir ko pang hiam bel lo ka lawin chang lem nang nen chuan a dang em chuan in ngei om lom mana ka chen le rol te par thla kan chuang ka ye pan la in ngai ve em le hal pu a se lai ne san lai ka rol lai te u lo sa le to thak san man le sa kom manang kon tu na chuan en kim ma dong ai en kim ma don un thar kan so breathing lang kam pan to se hun pui ni kan fa lai na na kan ha klem ve ta sa sai che nang lem ko cham mi fing yaw start te zui kwa ren kan nom le don tun chum su ti di rualin kan mang ai fam ta de ngai lai in sual lim ta ka kan sai na tua le tang si la wa hu le mun in ngai om le mi tu kum su se lu sum ko har jen dem turin dal tra piang tai lung ngai te kiang lai purit la khala kum lo tar yang thil nge im pot so don le na la pian som pa kan keng le ta kan ga le chui ga
hello lớp thân lâu nữa anh ra này tiếng kia này rồi second sống nga hello hello đâm em mày cái câu thẳng chút rồi em không có thì là em đón xeกันthì rồi lắm BMPS anh bảo mấy tiếng Zain là live lệ đô em group final hi Zain ăn khel đô lâu guys tonight ăn khel đô lâu không có lúc hay gần phạt lúc tiền title here live lecture let's go guys five chung chang soi deuh anh ti zong soi deuh in guys ngor ko webcam hi ngati kal mi lo san hi tinge kha ni lo check xin nang five chung chang ti khan ka van tha thiam lo Chris Zola eng tia soi zeu turing nge min du deuh khomo lang them gan en sinang ka lang to lo ka khan mai lom hello sẽ cái camera in here mà này sang lại mà này mà Zanim match om lâu is yes Zanim match om lâu liền mà em lẽ 60 by 40 16 19 thì chính tay đã webcam anh thạc rồi ngót Zanim match om lâu yes Zanim match om lâu 5 chung next G hi group final hi Zanin om lâu va nak tuk zana lâu lại don
massive. In fact, the biggest land in
khel
India.
don
for
god
esports.
like khel
I
ke en
think
cha
so.
to
It
tun
will be the
ke en
biggest.
full lai thai lo tun
Absolutely.
tu
And
en
what
ngai
makes
ngai ka
it the
tuma
biggest, of course, is
and
the
price pool
stakes,
to
ladies and
big
gentlemen. The
zia
prize
hi
pool, 1 crore rupees on
an
the
no
line
kem
with
ka
the lion's
face
share
cam
of
hi
40 lakhs taken
ta
by
chuma
the
ngan da do
champions
mi nia
themselves. You've also got some amazing individual awards in terms of MVP of the BMPS, who gets 3 lakh rupees, and the best IGL
face cam
getting 2
om thai
lakhs.
lo ka ti
For
chan
that
kha
you
bak
have
zel
to
ka ti
ensure
chan
that
kha
you
ka
get
lo
the
da
maximum
ka lo
amount
da
of
lan
chicken
lo
dinners.
wang
Yeah,
let
let's
ni
see who gets it
ndi
this
grand final
time.
hi
But
ni
for the
don
MVP, we've got
grand final
quite a
hi
race going on. And,
ni som
once
pakwa
we
tang
have the
atan tur
cumulative,
ha ni ni som
standings of
pakwa
all
som
the
ni ni
MVPs,
khat
we
o
might have a slight picture, right?
I also would want to know your pick
Zon-
on
zon
who
du
you
tan
want
zon sel
for
thai.
the MVP of the MPS.
Face
But for now,
veta
of course,
sar
let's
sonic
just talk
tilian
about
la
the points
yes ka
distribution.
tilian
We've had this for a while. Every single day, we know the
Tilian
50
nga le.
points for the chicken dinner. It will be important, but also the finish numbers count. The finish numbers, which give you 1 point for every finish.
face
that
cam
you
hi
get.
no
And
kem
the
helai hi
big
nge kan danga
finishes
ading lam
will be the
ading
name
lam
of the
kila
game,
hian
isn't
tingan da dong he lama
Of
hian
course, it will be
lama
because
hian
it's the final day, and we know there are certain teams that are kind of out of the picture,
Ti
right?
so,
So
no.
they sort of become the wild cards.
zo
over
zam
here.
gaming
There
ti
are
so na
one
ken
to
ngan dang
platforms where we
go
might
final
see
zo
them
ti na mi
win
zo
very
nang
aggressively.
le guys go final hi
Why
match
will they
so
go
paru kan
aggressive?
khel
Of
don
course,
o
all
ti
these
ti
bonus
match so
points,
paru
ladies
thon
and
khel don
gentlemen, the number one team
bonus
inside
points
the
o
group,
ma hi
they
him
are
tingen
gonna
kal
take
pui hi
away
ka kha khok mai
25 bonus
pakhat
points
na in
with
point
them.
som
And
hi
I think
panga
this
ni
is gonna
top
help
maya
them
heu
get
me
back on that overall leaderboard, get back on that trail.
go
But
final day
different
1
teams
zo
are
la ni ka
20,
day 1
48,
zo ni
that
min
is
kha
where I think no team would want to be.
I mean, of course, you don't want to be anywhere from 9 to 48, to be honest. But for the
Hey,
first position, you get 25 points,
Thank
which is
Pato,
sort
hello,
of
ti hanong
equivalent to
marasa.
almost 2 good games for a certain team. And whosoever gets that, and this is where, I bring in OST into the picture, because if they do, I'm pretty sure they might break into the top 16.
Absolutely. Now we've spoken
Tuna
about
yang
all
got
these teams, but let's
Reigns,
have a
OG.
look at every single team we are going to see competing today. Of course,
Big
group
Brothers.
number
Big
7,
Brothers,
we've
the
got
lights
Glitchix
heck
Reborn, who
chung
has
cha.
been phenomenal so far, but
An
it seems like the
boro kan nei a.
consistency has taken a dip. You've had
And
big
thing
dogs in
len
that group
chu
as
ni
well,
som
but
ni
group D
ni
is
som
where
pakwa
a
tang
lot
tan
of
tu
big
dia yes god like
big
nen tum
dogs
hal
are.
don
Oh yeah, if you
nice
talk about Group
You
A,
know,
we
when
did
Jack
have
like
one
God like
Group
hell.
Chicken Dinner team.
an
Xbox
ni
was
min an lo
really
khela ni min
performing.
khan god
Forest
like
Apes, as a matter
an
of fact,
chicken
they were
dinner
quite
of khan
consistent yesterday.
It's not just Forest Apes. I think even Team ASG kind of
Finally
performed
loot
yesterday,
target.
but
Oh.
we expect a lot more from this particular
Go
lineup.
fire, go
Not
fire,
just them,
boys.
OR Esports and
Tin nge in
Gladiators. I
chusa.
think there is going
Ah,
to
in
be a
tizong
huge
in
limelight on Gladiators on
in
how
tia
they
group
react
final
to
le
the
grand
outcome
final
this
points
Yeah, of course, and they do not have a lot of matches.
grand
going on
final
here.
la
Then,
khelo group
I think
final
they
zo
do
lo man
have
la
quite
khel
a
tu
few
na
matches,
hian
especially when
So what's
let's
up
say
group
back
ah,
to
Omin,
back,
no,
they
ma'am?
played one less game, and
No,
they're going to
share
be starting off
something,
tonight.
guys.
8-bit
Coin.
CS, as a matter of fact, they also have performed really well. You talk about
face cam
GC,
that ve na
this
chu
man is on
zialin
fire.
zoom ka duwa tin
Absolutely.
anga live
Also,
live
as a
zel
matter
so
of
va
fact,
lo ka
has
duwa
been
to
working like a
ti
cohesive
hian ai
unit.
zoom ve
Inside
deuh
of group
theya
number 11, there is Team Insane, of course, there is Team OST. Two contenders for that number one spot, to be exact. I think their run of form has been amazing. But inside of Group 12, you've got teams like Genix, FM, and 7 Habit. I want to know your thoughts
like
about
in
these
vatlen ve
I think 7
claim
Habit
hop
had
mai
quite a decent game. You talk about
le na
Miramar,
local
the
ve
way
ang
they've been
salvation no
forcing out
father ya
fights.
patte
But then
ya
again, when you look at the others like Genix
nge
FM,
am zia
they
TWM
haven't
khan
really
latling
gotten
em
into the groove yet. And today's the
TWM
day where
la
they
khel
have
om
to
ta
prove
khai final lan loi ka
Well,
ria
how
league stage so
will they
lo
prove
min tling
themselves
ang
on
an
the
khel
map
se
that
viau
we
loin ka
are
ria
gonna
khel
play,
thadeu
ladies
chu
and
ni chuang
gentlemen?
lo
Of
mo
course, you know about
seven ni
it.
kham
There
han thoi
was
do mo
one
ka tian ni zan
certain day
khel
where
ka
we
sia
had to stop,
ka shiat
or
pui chelo
rather
7 ni khel voi
miss
khat
the
sia ke na
broadcast
mo
because
next
of the game
stream te
update.
po
And
kan
that is
thak
why
kwa
we
lenga
are gonna be
sar
playing
blurry
7
nen
matches today. And
to
that
the
just
roll
makes it
one
so much more interesting because
iOS
the
update
impact of the
umma
competition, we were
BGMI update on
feeling
roll che
the
hian
fact that
iOS
these teams, they couldn't really get any opportunities to get those points on board. I think this
BGMI
week has
update
sort of
on
been
roll che
missing
iOS
the
in
guys
update
because
oma
yesterday they
ka
got
update
played
khal ve ve ya
and today they get to
game
play
crash
7
ni
games.
zana
Do
ha
you
sa
think
blurry
a
nen
sort of a momentum can be built up because of this?
I was coming down to that.
Yo,
We had certain teams playing
sa
few games
sa
at a
blurry
stretch
nen khan ni
also.
za khan
So
voi
they
thum
kind
ve
of
ve
were
kan
feeling
game
themselves at
crash
the
a
moment. We had
last match a
certain
po khan
teams
ni
in
polo
Sale, as a
crash
matter
ve
of
tho
fact,
ke
if you
mang
remember,
tho in
managed to get 2
Ka hai-
chicken dinners out of
ani
3,
nam du
right?
khop mai
And
la
they
zone
got the highest
circle
scoring
ene
point.
la
But
zone
talk
fight
about the
line ni
most
le ha la
consistent
mo
team, it was
zanin
Team
match am lo min next ji hian vo
Absolutely.
post
I
lo
mean,
ve
you can certainly
road
were
map
in
of
this
veka guys an khel ni to
points
road
to
map of
rack up,
veka
ladies
kha
and
next
gentlemen.
year ka
Let's
na
have a
han
look
pin
at the
thlapin om kha
cumulative standings. 3
god like hi
matches
tu na
to
hian
the
paruk
very
nan
top,
lan ya
60 total points acquired.
heu
It's been a
Newman
performance and a half,
Newman in
an
god like
average of 20 points.
second
It
lineup
is
ka ti mai
insane.
Newman ho in
Insane.
an lead mole tu na ya an
You
god
saw
like
that,
main
right?
lineup
Yeah,
zo kan
I
lead no
really loved it. But this
Let's
is
go
where
to
I
Zok
want to
Pakhat
bring
na ni
the
dei mai.
viewers' attention towards OST just 5 points.
God like le
behind.
Sol
Of
an
course,
hoi nom
with
hi
they've also
comment
been,
section hi
pretty decent,
ai lo
making
le
good
ngotang
games, one bad one. That's something not
in
to
this stream
lose
phai
hope
chuan
at. But
group
then
final
Forest
kham
Waves,
grand
I
final
really
tur
love
eng
how
tin
they were
nge
taking those fights,
hong
and
o
especially
group
how
final
they
a
were
chuan
reaching
team
inside
tel
the
zo
zone
team
for
lo
that
group final ron
infiltration
lu zong
was
zong team
very
khamo
spectacular.
round
Absolutely.
robin in
But they
pool
need
kha pool
to
khada
do
hian
more
pariat
and
thot nom ta ni
more
maron
inside
chu
the teams
pool a b
because
c d e
he's
ti nom ta
looking
an in
forward
tum
to
kwal
racking
vek
up
ta
these
ni chu
points
pool
because
zong zong
you've
he
got ASG and Mayur Gaming who's
an in
just
tum
been
kwal
winning
vek ta
games.
a
And I think when
khami
they
tang khan
play the
up
third game,
point
things are
match
going
som
to
parwan
change.
khel don ni
ASG
zana
might
match li
actually
thawan
try
khel
and
ta
push up
match
on
som
that
parwan
first
khela
game,
tanga
but there are
point
multiple
busang
teams who
ber
want to
som
make
paruk
it
kha
inside
an
the
lu
top
top don
16
grand
of
final
the
oh
OST. I'm talking about
At
many
thiam
esports.
tro
I'm talking about
ni
the
zan
7
last
having
match kha evo kha
For
nge
medal,
nge
I'm
dan
looking a little bit worried
an
considering
fight lak
that
dang
their
hai van lan deuh
performance
ni
from
sile
week
safe
1
play
to
zone
week 2.
play in
So
an
this is
kalta
going
zone
to be
lai
an
om hi
important
mo
day for them
ki
to
lak
perform
tam hi
well
har du
and
deuh mai ni
take
zone
that
chan than lu tuk
least
po
in
hi
the second dinner
chu ta
if they
tak
want to
chuan
make sure
ni
that
zan po
their
khan kha
dreams
kil
of
chu lo nei
making it
nuala
to
ma
the
se
finals
ai
are
ka pheu
aligned.
pheu ang chau kha mo
Absolutely.
tia
But
a hlami ka
let's
pang kha ni
just
wangin
address the
close
teams
fight kan
who
en
are
hem
right
zo
now
ka
in
i
25th
kan en
rank
tam lu tuk
onwards.
lo
And one
ani
thing
ber
we
chu
know what
an
you
fight
don't
lak
want to see
tum
is
bera
Big Brother Esports in
adanga
this
chuan an
situation
che
because
ta
we know
an
how
soi fo thin hi
this team
fight
can
la
be, but
tam ti
yesterday
ma
it was
piang hi ka en masak
30
turan ta
for the
amaro
three
chu kan
matches,
hriat tur chu
82 total
casting
points
ha
acquired.
hian
There are
tian
12
hei
minutes in the room right now. You've
tuna
also
po
got
tiang
Gladiators on
India
30
top team sa
first.
po
So,
hian
we've
tuna
been
te hian
talking
hei
about that.
he
In fact,
ta
I was having a
TM ti
discussion
te
with
INV ti
Macy
te
Steve and all. They said that
INV le
Gladiators
TM
will
hilo
do
in
it,
fight ta se
but,
God like
Safe
le
is just not gonna
V9
make it.
hilo in fight ta
Actually
se
have to perform.
God like
They've
an
won a
enang
lot of games.
om
They
zia chu
have
God
to
like POV pot
have
en
to
na sa
find
zo ang
some
achan
sort
chung
of
wange
opening
top
to
tier
get
team
a
an nia
chicken
en tu
dinner.
pon nga
Otherwise,
khatiang deuh
they
khan
could lose.
in fight ro entina team in fight dun ro a po khan i underdog so van duai na pakhat kan ti theng chu ma chu khan zana underdogs kan en na khatiang kha kan en fu ta khatiang kha chu om vele zo zo zel khawa ma ro chu in fight a hiam big teams na na chu kan lo en tam zok lo thei thin lo o hei hi kan hriat thiam angai tin fight tam zok na na hi ke en tam tur hi ni deuh top mai hei chuan fight lak tam phot chuan ke en tam don eng team pon ro se i team big team chok en turin kan stream lawa tournament a om lawa chu wang chuan in i eng team po en vectura casting ti kan nia kha bang khan ma nia ti kan nia min lo control chu ni se kan thu om to lo ta kan control ania big a fight a piang kha ka en na sak turin deuh top group final 2016 che ro ting don grand final yes top 16 and top down direct grand final oh TF game Hmuhnawm thai ber anin split dan hi Hmuhnawm thina pui thin a bikin Miramar Hmuhnawm le zual tin Erangle trong compound tam lu tuk hi chuan an ni pon in split dan hi dang dai dawa hamaro chu awan split na an splitting khel dan hi chu mi zo lo biang na phei chuan i Hmuhnawm le zual ti Hmuhnawm zone an chang travel sia chuan chicken melom TF chu zone fight angai lo ma se chicken thai lo khan van doi an van doi khop mai ni zana team flick te an chicken to don mo ka ti thil line tle min a top lama hian an nge an uluk do lo do hlek nge an zuam sual ve do thina kha wang khan
Yeah, he's been a phenomenal player, and right next
and just
to him
one
would
left
be
out
a
training
goal
ka
also. Revenant have been
team
doing
flick
well.
chu
But for
an fight po
BGS, you
Hmuhnawm
have
an
Sparky,
game a tha an kap thei
they're
boka
firing on all
an
cylinders.
zone play
They're going
flicka
strong
IGL na
against
roll
points.
hnuai an zone play Hmuhnawm thi na maro chu
Really
a last circle a hian anti swal na sat riau rin ain an chicken to do mo ka ti man ni zan te po kha amaro chu an chicken lo le dei thin kha wi am team flick in zan chu an va in split zaw ve ni danga chuan in split zaw thei te lul nen an va in split zaw lo ve angle an nei zaw thei sia a zone zir hi ni ve a zone compound na tam chuan in split zaw vak nei na om lo ni compound ang chi a chuan potong pong kha chu kan thia tur chu a zone om dan le i road thona flight route atang ten in split an bei thin sarzanin chu evo kha lo spec tam deuh te please ka soi to kha zaniang khel don lo maro chu i fight la tam lo na hi chu eng team pon ro se ka spec tam don chuang lo i fight la zel kha kan en tum masak kan en masak ber zel tur kha ani top bai de
Not yet. So we've got group
ni le ka pakhu man 1v3 khai ngai mu da wa na spin ya kha chu amoi khop mai a den khop mai shotgun ron mang den ram khop mai kha 1v3 kha chu ni zana po khan kha au na sat em hama don lo ha tie vinang khel tha to khada lo man last game ro s12 ke te khan wonder shot in a run spoil ve chia em kha chu a clutch tha khop mai ka ti chu grand final lu turai rin team thum team flick RIP mi zau evo team league soi lo ang team ngak soi lo ang team ruk soyang karin maset pakati team ngak soyang team flick evolution mizoram RIP mizo gaming chuan
outside it.
X7 Mizoram le 7-11
I'm just sorry to kind of
Anni
extend
team
over
ngai
there,
chu lut
but
ngai
we
thura
just
hen ka
saw
ngai
the overall
Amar
standings
chu
and
match
both
som
of them
pani khel
are
tura
on
la ne
that
eng
first
po
page
thing
and
thei la ne
that
mo la ria la
intensifies the
le
competition.
like zela
I
ngo
was
guys
actually coming down to that. The best
grafal
part is to
zone
add
an nei
the
thathei
entire
sian
icing to
tan
the
chon
cake
chicken
is
na
the
cha
fact that
tam
God
thin
like
box
it could
ya
have gotten
Amar
chicken
zon
in
ya
it.
to kan har
Yes,
shi
Sheffield,
fatta
right?
matin ka so yang
You
khan
know,
ni mai
there's
team
this
flick
fire
an ti wi om
already,
thin
the
khop
sparks
mai
are there. You could see that Team X
sa
Park,
table
there was
post
a creep, they were
next
looking
gen
really
Instagram account
impressive.
kan post
I
va kan
think
ni
Team
oh
X Park must be working on some
lukum khai
position
mel mi
points.
zong
That's
an long hal so
you know, the way to go
ning
because
mara
their
sing de sa te
defending
om
game
na
was
hi
really
tha ka
good.
ti
San
a tha ama se ni zan chu an
but
nai
otherwise,
tan ni lo niang
comparison
ka so
to
kan day
Group
one night ni lo
there has
i
been a certain
ron khel thabok tura ka ngai chu chu nik ma rising hey de sa te line na phi ni ya ron khel thami ala wa chuan chuan i khel thatura ka rin khel thale mi alo bok chu blaze up sacrifice team as I lu dong team so paru Envencia welcome tun toni bigger players khel thai ti ber pol soi thiam ala hara chan chu semi final tang ba kan thlir lo mo
right now is going to take
amar
that
chu tu
chicken
ding
dinner.
ra chuan
Because
semi
in
final
those high stakes matches, that is usually what
na
happens.
thlir chuan chei
We will
sora
find out if that is going to be the
Chase
case, ladies and
Aranya,
gentlemen. Without any
Dioania.
further delay, let's just dive straight into the map of Erangle as a
Hayati
big
group
bird
final hi
is back up
kalam
in
mutam
the
lo ta
skies.
Hayati gan
And
ring
speaking
boka
of the flight paths right now,
chuan
we do
Levina
have
oh
the
Levina
start
soi mai
from
thei lo rim
Levina
sima
step,
khel
but
thalu
journey
tuk
starts
ring
from Novorupnoy and ends at
Levina ka ni
Ringage.
zana pa ko soi kham
What do you say about this flight?
improve rem
Ideally, it
rem
should be a Gatka circle, but hey, we've been thrown off.
man
multiple
Levina
times,
ai
right?
khan tun
Yesterday,
Levin
the
hi
first game, that
athazo
also ended around Gatka.
Yeah.
In fact, the prime Gatka
mun
compound.
ta kap khai ho
But,
zone em
this is one of those
hello
flight paths that
bia
will not trouble a lot
bia
of
lem
teams,
lo
you know,
chok
they're
ho
gonna get
sat
there
pu ka
because
sat che cho lo
everybody
min
is
bia
sort
lo
of
chuan
well acquainted with it.
me se le
So
ar
let's
pin khel
see
thani dan
where
ru
does those forms.
anh ya kan en tam lo
Honestly,
more
last
spawn
minute,
khel
I
thalo
would
khop mai
love
okay more spawn hin tlin more si ka sai thiam lo tlin tlin tu jo ka du sak
seen those Gatka
me ma ti ma
circles.
za lu do
It
le so
kind
por ko
of,
sai mai zoi dai thu
lacks a
zok
lot
do
of
ni
those
oh
hard
bu boi
covers
thak
in
to
the
thin
ending
oh
stages, of course. So teams
like
are
zelang
kind of
guys
thrown off
100
guard,
likes
but
kan kai
it's
trap
a different ball game altogether.
let's go
Are we getting a little
Mizoram ma tunga
Yes,
bars
we have not asked for
den
it, but
Yeah.
the gods of
Ati sai
BGMI
rim shrim.
gifted us a Stalbus.
Nirvana
We
le
got to see
Gatsa
a whole movie there,
a bar
right?
sanga chuan
Somebody
oh
going through a
bars
chemical
den a chuan
card
Nirvana
and,
le Gatsa
so insane, elephant infiltrating through the
Yeah.
buttons, and it was all there. The action, the drama, the masala,
ni zan
every
reflex
single thing.
bondan kha
But
tunga kha
right
kha kha
now,
iron se
yeah,
ka het
military
chuak
base
roi
is
roi
something that
e
we like
roll
a
for
lot
reflex
because
kha te ro
what
aniem
every sports, what
roll for na
every
reflex
and
kha ni ka ria
even
avan moi
how
tak
that
ka ka
is
zo
happening, but,
roll vai
looks
ko
like
ha
it's
nge
gonna
do
be
mani
the other way
today la
around.
nge
It's
vai
a
hawan trong ve rang
called mansion shelter.
oh hey
Yeah,
BMPS
it is, but one thing which is very interesting,
God like
because
in
we've
split
seen
le
before
zi
teams do
hi
that,
rosso le
but
che
that
ra zo la ve
3-1 split, the drop that they have taken, of course,
vai hon
might
fak
be a
om
little
em na pakha chu
contradictory
un drop
to
spot
what
to
they
zong
want
zong hi
right now. I
anga
think this team needs a little
an
bit
puang
of
lo
those
vek ta ni vai lo
placement
po
points, and if
an drop
AKUP
spot
gets
to
caught
tin
off guard, all
ani
of
za
a
sak
sudden,
thiam chin
especially
khopa
with
chu
the
wang
numbers
chon
we
drop
were
spot
very
ani
close
shevek
to
ta
it, I
an
think
kal
this
dar
is
vek ta
a
hei
little
drop
bit
class lo
solid.
fra from
No,
to
it's
khan tir
nothing
la
out of
ma
ordinary what
Spoidy
has
for
happened
all
in
aga
the
khel
Super
puya
Fight
thiam
Pack
ra
today,
bi sang
right?
ayem
They want to take over Ferry
Spoidy.
Bear and all those adjacent
tu
compounds.
spoidy ko
So
fan chachi la
hence they kind of drop down. The only call
IGL te IGL saring go ten om lo wa
WSC
saring go hi
sort of around the
point
hoop
thum
over
jen
there. But
sia
Team Seoul, I think this is one of those teams that we have been
aing lo
talking
ka
about
ring ania
quite
saring
a
go te
lot.
hi
Hector,
world cup khan
you
khel
don't
ve
get
ka
to
ring
see
ne
him
world
in
cup
this
te kha
matchup.
qualify na
Maybe
sense
it
tha
sounds
sin
like
match
kind
ru
of
kan
like
yan
to
khel
bring
ni
him
world
in
cup
there, but
han
Neo as a
guys
player,
come on
he
100
has
likes
always
let's go
improved a lot.
100
Absolutely.
likes
I
trap
think Hector is one of those players who fits in every combination. He is an all-rounder when it actually comes from that support
Solid
perspective.
drop
But I
for the
think
third
his
team,
Soul
nge-
has
nge-
mixed
Van
very
Jungle,
well
na
with
sabi,
the
yeah.
Goblin and New combination, which fared out really well in one of those games where they had 11 finishes shared between them. So I think this is going to be the lineup going further ahead, and they have performed on top of this.
You know, there was a dipping time for Goblin, right? There
Yeah.
were times where he
So,
used to
let's go
overextend
share
a
Zella.
lot, and that's where
7.3 k kan kai
But
trap oh
lately, if you look at
Zo kan ai rin lo da group final loot
Goblin
ah group final
has
team
got
som
the
lin loot
game,
ah
that's why Goblin managed to
an
get
tam
some
mai
positions in his name, and ever since he's
an
been
tam mai
up,
group
he's
final
playing
loot
better.
jo anga
Then
ka
there
rin lo
was
pui
this
pui ka
phase
se
when
ngai lo pui pui
Akshat
po di jo
went into
NDFB
recent
te
times
kha
where Akshat had a little bit of a slump,
Yeah.
but seems
an
like
consistent
Akshat has also
zia
picked up a lot of
NDFB
the
kha
prime examples was the
Thằng
first
Devon
ticket
thằng
they
ai
could
lâu
have
ta
managed to
oho
get,
ek
but
bit anon din
intensifies
ta
rather
harang
than
ron naga
seems to
lu
be
chiang
in a
he
whole world of trouble, in fact, gets taken
Timak
down.
saber.
Now this is what
Oh yeah.
happens, right? When there is a split drop situation, you
Group final
do
Timak
get
saber
caught off
dio.
guard, and 4 horsemen. I mean, they
Man vet
spotted
lang
this
halo.
lone
Yes, thank you.
ranger all by himself.
At lilo jo ka ban so
Shouldn't
nanga
really have
tia
many
loma boy
difficult
thla
for
ka
him,
tia
but
saring guan.
intensifies,
Oh.
once again,
Nang
we
chuan
were
ivo ho
questioning that
mi
split
drop nai fil
strategy.
thin thunga in
It
game
seems
line.
like that just
Mo cái mà mo
backfiring against them.
ao
You
tia
know,
ringot
one
maya
of
ba
the
o
things
em
that I
polo
could
trin
notice
tak
was full horsemen dropped
o
down on the southern island. They wanted to make a quick
ahar
rotation.
o me main ril riat
That's where they caught Ronak. Maybe they would have spotted him while they were
din
crossing
orum kan
the
open
bridge.
ni
And
group
in
final te
fact,
po
comparing,
anak ji
considering the
general
fact that
secretary
they
rong song te
walked
ne
around
nan
Kota,
om va kan
they
ni
could
o
not provide
khat
aid
tiang in
in the
eng
right
ma
moment.
Absolutely, I think
a form
they
phe jo
were
kol po kol lo
already on
an
the
ro
move
spot
towards
du
Minta as
kha lo
well,
in
and
ang ve
Ronak
ve ta
fell
se
a little behind. And I think,
kha kha chu
like
an
you
thu
said,
thu ni to
while
mai
crossing the bridge, the spot
kala pon
must
me lo
have been
nge ka
there,
u
which gave
ss
them so
patrick
much
pa
information
ha
to work
patrick
with.
ti kha lo ve me
Now,
ro
it's
po
yes,
kai lo
this
ai how
team
to
for them, the overall run inside of week 2 has been
well ka
phenomenal
lu
so
din
far. They
ti
are
tam
being
e
able to
fair lo
raise,
ka
of
ti
course. Even week 1
tama
was
mi
sort of decent. They were inside the top 16. I think with
rual
some
khaya
of the
team
big
so
name they
anin
have
tum thai
going
nan le
out
tin
inside
anga
of all the maps that they play,
len an ya ka
they
san khan
will be one of those
team
potential
tin in chance
contenders
nei
for
tur
the
khan
top 16.
mo
They can be, right? Like, there
aha
is,
jon than chu lu
that
da van ei chawa
opportunity
dbs po
there,
mu
and,
om lo
maybe
m16
they're
nen
different.
tlong
So no
khoi
question
thak
about
ve
that. But 15 got like what I'm really
sa mi
excited
zo
about
BGMI
is
ka
how
tu
they
account
can
nge tau
execute
berang
this
eh ria da
rotation
har
around
ve
them.
kha zo mi
Ideally,
account
we
nei
kind
da
of
har box se
accustomed
lo wa
to witness them heading
kan
towards
za han ar
maybe
pile
Georgie
tfs
or
da so
maybe
stream
towards
snipe an
Jasnaya,
oman tile
but
to
things have
oh
changed and
la vle pot
they're doing
h1
much better.
tam mmv en an in nom pha de
Certainly
lom
arguing
le
better. They
oh
need
va
to
zia lo
try and
thinam
keep up this ante with
chi zo
God likes
youtube in a dan
recently.
yang
We've
or
seen that the dip and rise in form has been massive.
Yeah.
The spikes in their performance is there when they actually go all guns blazing.
semi trans
They
6
play
an lu
their
da world cup
fearless
so
game.
fair mi
But it
oh
seems like at certain moments they kind
World
of
Cup
tend to overthink situations a
man
little
thiam
too
lo
much,
tin ni
which
at la
might
ho
have
tam
brought
po
them
a
their
chance la
demise.
nei turing an
And of
dua
course, I
tin
think
hai
they
anin
need
tum
to
kwal
keep
vek
their
to a
players protecting their
mo
salt
team
to
khata
their
pool
prime.
kha nga voi
Jenny
kharan khela
usually
hen
goes
team
out
so
for
paru
those
sel ban khel
situations,
hai
but
ne
I think Jonathan and
World
others
Cup
will
kha
be able to stay
a khelan
alive for a while.
tamalom
You know, Jenny as an IGL is
lu a chen
more
sa
of a
insan hai
technician.
e
Yeah.
insan lai mi o tla ho khan ti khan an eng lo le zel lom
You kind of
life
can
in
talk
delay lo
to
mi
mentions
oh
with sensei.
hai chu delay
Quite
lo
similar
e
playing model,
ni bon te
when
van
you
long chelo
kind
ni
of
ni
talk
shrem
about it. Even when he was in OR, you could see
ara diam
OR
chelo
somehow
anin ngam
got
ton
the
ve
opportunity
ve
to
chong
break
ka
into
review
finals
ni
as
sari
well.
comment
Yeah,
vela khan
despite the
dang
fact,
rau tri
yes, Jelly might get picked off.
tu
There
hi
were
litar
few,
thum
hitches here
mata
and
litar
there,
li
but
chu ka in
apart
tlang
from
pui
that, I
casing
think
te
Jelly
yan
as an IGL, he's
nak
been
ji
quite
tu ngai
solid
bes
so far.
ajel ni yang o
It's
tu
not
ngai
just
ni
Jelly, I
iren
think
sonic
even Zigor has got
ke ma
some
hin yang
capacity.
sa
We
chu
kind of talked about
ai
this. We usually talk about
a
the
all
likes of
zone
like
online song
Jonathan
dei ka
coming
hal
from
thai
Jonathan. We talk about the solo potential of Aditya as well, but Zigor has been in the
nak ji tu ni
backlight.
kan delay
He's
lo
been
mi
spotted
ngai kan
the
delay
team
lo
when
nga
needed.
delay
The
wa
man
ni kan mu
has
lai
pulled
thai
out
e
clutch
me
situations and brought his
anin
team,
ka
but
mol
talk
mol lai
about
nang ni
this.
chuan
I mean,
an
there
khon
is
na
an
khok lai
entire
lo min lo
cavalry
en
which is
train
being brought right here. Team Silly Esports,
ti
they
man
do
la
not
khelam
hesitate on taking this fight
BMPS
against
ai tu
Blue
ngai ti
Esports.
em te
Already having
van
taken
thela
one out, looking for the
At
others.
Lutta we
Easy
Surya
Surya taking
chu-
quite a hefty amount of damage. Will retreat
Wala
a
te
little
fai
bit.
lani kan
Will have
chak
to buy some time, but there you go. The cavalry also arises for the players of Clue.
Yeah, it seems like he's back from the back lines. His position was left unmarked, and
Mhm,
Clue
actually, and then
Esports,
to vek to
they
ball le
suffered
rang
an early hit. Two players being
Divide
brought
the
down.
19
No
kills,
casualty
total inti
on
na
the
mo,
other side.
ava
3
den
finishes
va.
on Silly Esports already. It seems like Clue will be forced to take an
Comment song
exit
nom top thank
from
you ani
this
tu ngai
region.
chem
One of their
iren
players
next ji
will still
shred ye
survive,
mahar group grand
but
final ten
one
loot pot
positive
samon
not
khel lan zerin
anticipate the push coming in
antinan
from Silly
nin
Esports
ani khat
and
na mo
how
anin hi na nuwa chu
quickly they
anga a hriat de
executed
roi
this
roi thei
entire
don
fight
to a
with
chan
the
chu
You know, I think otherwise.
Ni
because
thum
I
lai
felt
khel
like
don a
they
game
already
atam don
taken
mo
down one of their players and they were on
ti
the
w
chase.
na
They
khelem
realized
ka
that
hamya
there
lo
was a
khel
little
om
bit split
tu ra
apart.
jong ngai
Yeah,
ti
so figured
wm
out that there were just two
An
guys
lat
and they
khel chu
all
ka
they
ring.
did was ram in.
Ai zil thai
Went
ti
in for
pali
that,
tal soi
hog
them
smash, and there you had it. You know, got those 3 finishes to
Flick
their
ah.
names, but the final survivor for
tu
Clue,
ngai RIP la ma
not
hian
so far.
IGL
I
nga
think
om ber
barring that
hi
one weekend game hasn't been
divide
anything
IGL
to
thaya
really
Levin
remember.
IGL thaya roll for IGL thai
And
boka IGL thu
it
kan
does
IGL ber ka
happen
thra silo ni lo
that
ka soi thai lo
Power
poda
with those 10
Mm.
finishes finally
ra lan ni
set
lenga Africa
a
ni nga
milestone,
RIP lam hi
first
IGL ber
milestone
kha
for an
da do to
individual
bila
level, but
IGL
as
ber
a
ka thra
team,
silo
Silly Esports,
chuan
what do you have to talk about this team? Because they've they've shown
X7 I am
really
price
good
hay
how
ideal
to
chian yi lo
really
zia alang
not
booking
just
ka
take
thia
down,
ro fa la
the
om se ro fa ka
inexperienced teams,
tiang
but also teams
ro fa
with
le
a great amount
ro
of
fa le divide ai
experience
ti tiang
sometimes stand no chance in front of their
khom don lo
aggression.
em mini
No,
sure
they've
yes
got
in
ace
khom
back
don lo
and,
Yeah.
you know,
And
he's
co-
not a new
bi-
dog, right?
bia ki
He's
kal
been
ko
there
ka thai hil
quite
dai
in the scene and right from the very start, it's just
ro finally len
uh,
event dura mi
team
yes
and
len
you
event
know, and
Yeah.
he's got quite a lot of his teammates also. So I think City
dio ai
as
mu
a
dan
team,
sar
they
ka soi
need
fo
to
thin ka
set
live a
up,
dio ka
still
mu dan
say
phei
they
chu
have the potential
players
to
chal tu hai
do
jon
it
than a god
better.
like jon than
For
ante anga
their
players
reasons,
tha hi
they've
ni
been
amaro
having
chu
few good
jon than
games,
ang boka
but
careless
Seiko
ani
gamer, as
dio
much
hi mo
as I
a
we remember
careless na
yesterday,
bang
cricket,
rim
you
rim
know,
a
beautiful executions, that fight against Titans, that was amazing, just to be taken down by the players of Hmuhnawm.
dio hi chu
But
players
eyes
sia
will
chu
also
ni
be
lo
on
ma
them as to
careless
how they perform,
mani
because again a very
Sao thì cái
important
job
play.
có
I
hay
really
to lo.
feel they need to salvage
Chứ
a
đối
few
với
points
performance
from
cho em
points
ấy khá
because
tầm
if they
toàn.
do not do so,
Chevio mi chỉ cần vẽ ra số trang thì bom khan kiểu Chevio vẫn có lâu thế này em lại khá dễ rồi. Ô lâu tìm em ra đây bây giờ. Nó rồi lại khá dễ dàn lắm ạ. Dàn đây cái live đó chỗ là quá dễ chú. Dàn cái ấy god like kill cái em vẽ trang lo, god like kill chung cái live phang à. Toàn người khác cái gì rồi ngang muông. Hello sir, hello. Nếu bạn nào bao tu thì muốn làm gì player à? Well, điều hit chú ông lên thể lo fight tầm một tuần rồi cái phim khur lâu lúc phim khur lâu train lúc đó cái visual train cái tiếng chi kha yes tôi cần trang còn hard chi ai chiang lâu về thì một ra như chú điều trouble
but for now, team Invincible.
hồi đấy bây giờ hôm nay giờ niệm ai mà khăn rốt thì hắn sang thêm lấy về là cái niệm hậu ông chú mấy cái mà được tiêu về mới thấy à ok yes
I really feel somebody needs to take
rồi sang chắc mấy mi vô manager cái này lâu vậy ví dụ là chúng tôi đã chọn cái khu mà trouble cái khu mà đủ thar lom riêu cái gì như thế rằng kha
Sure about that because the team Invincibles, they definitely have an upper hand in this one, especially a couple of the players, but it seems
Sonic
like in the
môi mì.
close line, Team
Cái mình mang
Xbox
cho môi về
will
mình
actually
mà.
flip the switch. Pokar finding that first knock and finish
Hào
for
có
his
cái
team,
nằm
of course, and now Team Invincibles, I think they
Sợ
will
mùa
be
nạ.
hit back from the backlines
cái
across
này
the
tu
Dragon
dọc,
and
là
Sada
đi Aaron
have
sang
the
chắc mày.
topography as well as the angles to
Ra là
set
thằng
up
bên
and
như zaman
stop
viết
Team
khi khá với
Invincibles.
em
This
lòng
was
gặp
a
là bạc
really
khu
good
mà
fight, and seems
cái
like
này
Team
tôi rồi thì
Xbox
tỏ bây giờ sạt lên vui
want
chưa
to go for Team Invincibles, but also start their rotation from
Punu
that
ngắt
direction.
thà bé ra khéo mình lâu em mày qua anh chúng nó hi
right?
anh chúng nó hi chứ mà
Look at how the flight path
vì sao sinh players thà bé bọn thì chú anh như vậy chiang mà làm là thà thô thì bây giờ
on these lads
I-
as Preet is under
thằng à độ ăn về cho anh cho là Aaron comeback rồi ngót bọn anh sẽ chuang lâu đấy đang anh lâu sấy cho thiếu điểm nữa này nghe khá
hits the nail and
form
will,
is temporary
put
skill is permanent
under. So
form
Team
is
Xbox
temporary
getting those
come on
two early finishes, that's looking good for them.
à thiểm na ngay rằng à form
They
anh
need
mày
the loot, and I think they need that early rotation as well because
anh
especially
có sấy số cái bài nó trăng gió
I
cái
do
rồi
understand
Sonic
that,
graduate
right?
trip
And,
to em
the
oh
main
graduate na
point
rồi
is
to sáng
the
thì số
only
bằng
compound
khan
that you were
yêu
talking
sĩ cái
about,
chuột sân bích
especially
oh
right
guys
on the southern side of
sao nó
Vietnam,
bắt đầu mù
Poliana,
đàn
I think they will have
players
more
thà gì
shooters.
mà sẽ tốn hay cho nó
And if
khía
Team
lấy cả
Xbox
nó
do
không
not
ngoài rồi là
actually
ba
make there in time, I
các bạn không mà
really
khăn đi ra nó
would
khel này
feel
nghe
like
ngày
they will
đàn
have
à
an
vui
easy
khát
position
tế các
to play
mù
for
khăn thì
them
mấy
in
ba
terms
khăn
of
cho các mù
this
duy
one
lẽ lâu
wave
à
assault team.
kami trùng khăn cho clutch nal
completely vacant.
Yeah.
So if they can kind of play around the edges
thing sa đâu vàng po lâu busy để el sim sim play lên nào tin mấy mình là cho khát tiếng zong khăn lâu tịt lâu là toxic hết tam hết là mà toxic ngay rồi guys in toxic nó muốn tour in bay nó muốn tour po đi lâu hey BMPS cắt en na khát tiếng lâu in bay khát lâu phán tour đó tôi là Juan Beran ông thầy lâu anh thật tổ lòng champion poi mo don tun le na hian champion poi mo do da chan chu elen tuka fair taka in fight na omlowa tin game atam boka enge van tin comeback theina player sa tak tak ta chon tir lama khel sia po comeback theina ang chi khopa match tamani boka hian sil thui do no motor form te tu mem in kon to te choi om char chalom clan ka nei pe to team ang zo zo reng lo pe lo ECI ho hian mun zau nen mang vek se boy tha por kan nei to po boy vel vek nia chu lo boy tha levi nei consistent bok le ka soi chu levi na hi tun nai cho levi na he performance aron form that zia hi mo I
Yes.
aron dang zak ka ti mai levi na chu ka soi kha live live pon akel aron dang lut tuk ring the pai chu levi na chu ama levi na ka khiat ang khan lo aron thalu tu ka mo mi da la chung nong khel mo ka ti trem zel lo ka thalu tu ka oi lo trem zel chu ka sabe chiang a zai dam boka zen khel don lo nak tu zan o spray a zon than nge para boy du
just catches two players without their pants off and
Ah,
seems like
Radilo.
they will get punished for it. Team Soul,
zon
the
than
timing
zon
on
than
that
ai
trigger
chon
was
para boy ka
absolutely
du do ma
perfect.
ang kha tiang
And seems like
ka
they
du do ma
are
me
going to
thai
punish them for that. Two players still remain, but
me zo
where
PUBG ko
is
men
the
dewan
fight
ni
back?
von ti hi
Where
ding
is
sa
the
kha tiang
four
zo han
horsemen that we
to
just
zik
saw
ngai lo
from
hela ba
Team
T7
Soul?
ti kha nom to lo mi
Galloping
ome
into
an
the
khel
nearby
kha
zone.
team 7 chu ma
Looking for means
group
to
final chu
escape
lak
for
khel
Team
thalo
Soul.
dewan
I
chu
think this is a really good start. Two
Doi
finishes
kap te
already.
khop me
And like we did talk about that, this team needs to find some space, right? Needs a little bit of that map control, which is very difficult to achieve. And given the fact where they are right now, they have to get inside the circle with so many suitors already inside the zone. You've got BR Titans, you've got Hmuhnawm, you've got a couple of other teams. Where do they find that injecting area?
It's not just Soul as well. You've got Forest Apes right in their northern side. And
Yes.
seems like there will be a
ดูแลเกม
lot
กัน
of
หุ่นไอ้
red
ตัวสิ่ง
ins
โดนใน
in
ซันเด
that
ย์หลายแต่ใน
side
เว
of
ลา
shoreline,
เรา
but
ดิ
the
เชี่ยไม่ให้ไล่ไงเราตัวสิ่งไอ้เรา BMPS กันไอ้นั่นกันทีทีไม่ไม่อะ
There is not a lot of space
มีนัก
for
กับ
these
ซอง
teams
เรา
to
ตี
try
ช่าง
and
จะมีกัน
fight
ใน
will
ฝัก
be
ไลน์
forced out. Have a look at this team
Also,
next
what the
path
players
on the
on
other
the
side.
turn on
They
man
found
to
that
learn
northern
many
open
high
and
tail
end of the
events.
circle itself. It seems like they
That's the
will
guy
be
team
looking
to
for that same
was in the
entry.
social circle. I
But
love
Team
yes, to
Invincibles
start to knock those
follow
out.
suit right
Oh,
behind them, and it's not
in
just them. I
RP
think Team
guys
FS is
evo
also in the
una
back
pa
lines.
mi.
Yeah, Team FS haven't really
Anjing
been the
lo
best
to
team
niya te lo to
so
zi.
far, but can
Level
change their
niya
fate
lo to hai
tonight
to
if
lo
they
lo mu
play
da
some
dik
good
ta la no
BGMI.
pang ai tuen.
But
Ah,
BGMI
si da
are
soi to ko
quite
soi ngun
vocal
lut
about
tuk
that.
dio hai
Of
zo.
course,
Sa
there
zo na
was a
live he.
moment where
All
I
of
kind of
face
wanted to
giving.
bring
Yes, they
attention
do
to
have
the
hel to
Godlike
ve.
situation,
Yeah.
but the
Divide
fights
that
are
trap
being
better.
hampered. But Godlike,
I
they made a
bevels
very
the dia
brave
ho hi an to
fight
zo
from
to.
Soul,
Oh, to
very
zik
serious
tu
Naya
pa to
from
zik.
Diana
Ti tang tiang jon oh
without
next year hian tu
without
nge top
even
5 iron.
casting
Ah,
thought
sia
there.
thiam
They
la
didn't
hari
even
tu a
take a
chuan.
second thought.
Hey, tu na
Ready
pakan rin lo. Deu
to take a
an ron
fight
chicken
if
le lo.
they meet
Kha.
somebody.
Nhưng mà
And
cái sponsor
look
book
at them,
han
they've
nằm lại
reaped
đón
the
sorry
rewards
sao số
over
này mà
there.
set lại
They have
vui
the entire
không hề
Yasnaya under their
và
control,
thứ trả
or
lại
rather the only team
em bây
out
giờ
there. So
nào đấy
for
em
sure,
sẽ
they're gonna massively benefit from that.
ô
But
chút
for
tiền có
Team
tên
FS,
lâu
I'm really
anh lại làm
interested
con
to
nên
see
sấy cho
how
về
these
tụ
players
bộ
perform.
hiền khách mà
Dazzle
rồi
is
cho tạ
gonna
chân lâu tụ
dazzle
dịch su
everybody out.
guys
Hit
tụ nạp
man
tụ
is
dịch
taking
hun
the
pon đi
whole
lâu
lot. Let's see
tụ lại cái
how
casting
this
tỷ line hay
performs
cái en
tonight.
tỷ line
FS
fan sao
has
sao
sort
rồi
of
là
been
sorry
brilliant
Austria
so
da har
far.
eh
Have a
he
look at
team
this
mày
right now as well, right? They catch Team
12%
Invincibles
không
off
boss
guard. They
8%
get their
là
pick,
hình đang
and once again they are on their merry rotation. But this is what I would want to actually bring your attention to, because the circle did take
I
us
saw
on
the
an
reverse
hardship.
Hmuhnawm
Of
man
course,
la
inside
phalau
of the
do I saw
VIP,
chu
we
ron
do
zia chau ta
have a
zo
fight
reverse
breaking
nga
out.
khian
It
ni
seems
tula he
like Team
khel
FS
chel do
Esports, they're in some world of trouble.
Ilai fen
And from the map, you
za
can
in next
figure out
play
that
on
is
don
Mayur
em don lo
Gaming.
om zo po play
And
prime lai
we
ro
were
ro
talking
tung
about
trai la
this,
ti
the northern
per
parts were weakened, but that attracted
à
so
thả
many
hiền
players.
tầm luôn tụi mò
Got
thật đá này thả cái mò anh còn thả nu luôn chỉ thả
Heck that, because it is Team
là
Forest
xoay thêm lâu anh
who
thật lại
are
giống
looking
thả
to
vết
go up against BR Titans fixes.
You know, they've got the advantage for now.
nhưng đối
Ash
với
trying
nghe
to
lo
flush one of the
mà
players out. Biscott is got
chết
nice
rồi
angle. Didn't connect
lại
though.
hà rộng
Ash does get a
nó tôi
knock,
phải
but
phòng
has
thế
been traded off as
lâu
well.
xoay dối sợ
As
ê
Scott
cái anh lậu
is
rong cả
fighting
bi
with
không
all his
lâu mấy
might,
next
with all
year
his
hắn không có
might,
tụi top 5
trying to
là
keep
point
the
table
players
bullshit
of
chắc
Forest
cũng
Apes
về
at bay.
next year cao nào guys next year cao next year an po so
Sort of been saved.
Hey, next year official tia khan IG
I think
khan
he'll have a massive job in hand to try and hold down the ambush. On the other side, look at Wisgod, right? He is trying to stop the flank coming in from Killer. But at this point, I think Phoenix, he has a massive job at hand. But here he's gonna fail, and his
Not
body
yan.
is gonna drop BR Titans, while the rest of the players, of course,
RIP
Forest Apes have been
Mizo
really
Gaming
good
X7
plays
Mizoram
coming in from a flank
711
angle, has been
Evo
completely
Mizo le
unchecked.
Megatron in
The
lead
respawn
mech
back in style.
hey Megatron tay
And
ka sian ngai lem
Ash
lo an ya
wants
ron
to
lead le
lose
dei
some
mai ni
survivors
mo
along with Wiscott
anh
and
chu
bring it
tu
down
lam
to
ma
just
tang
one
so yam
man.
da ngai
We
kha do
know
me
what
ro
Wiscott
side
is
lam nei
capable
lo
of.
wen
No, nothing can
à
be said
tu
against
ke star po
one
hian tan
play
chu kan nei
skills
vek
over
tan
there
zong chu kan
as
nei
this
vek ma
man
ro chu ke sin ti lai
single-handedly
chon ti
takes
lan
them
lo da
down,
ra mi kan
as
zong
now
ve
Team Soul
an ni pon
in
hai vai
a
ho te pon
world of
kes
trouble.
an
Absolutely.
tan mi
The
kan
Phoenix
nei
have
vek
been
kai chu mo
slain, ladies and gentlemen. Forest Apes,
God
of
lai mu
course,
tur lam lo
it
da ra
seems like it's the same
group A
fate
RIP
that Team Soul
table
is
and
gonna
lead
find
group D
themselves in, because
MFPS
But
group
look at
D
this
ang
talent
laban
we
nila
got against
overall
Team
tapan
FS
to group om
just
to lo
putting
guys
all
tuna
their
chuan
eggs in
oh
one basket, and they have
around
overwhelmed the
khatian
likes of
khom to
Downhill
lo oh
Esports. What a charging that was, and they are gonna survive with all four
Remember
players.
that
But
ha?
it seems like they don't really have a lot of time
Oh,
to
yeah, he
celebrate,
tried to
because
them.
many
Yes, try
esports, they're
Kalut
strikingly
to
close.
go
And Top Dog,
Usal
I
ngay
think,
mùa
is
đàn.
about to peak
À,
from the top of that ridge.
usal tu
Everybody just
hẳn
wants
mùa
to
đá này lâu khel
capitalize.
thật
Everybody
chia
sees the
pon
fight
cả hết
and
chỗ là
nails
thật yếu pon
it.
à van nei
And
cha
so
về
is
top dog
a
chu
Top Dog. Strikes goal there, taking two of the players down.
à mùa lâu
They
mi
know
kha
this
à
is
lu
their
lo ra
moment.
mu mo
You've
ka
got the other players of Team Metal also closing in.
Ah,
You've
down.
got Encore from
Eh,
another
down
side
full.
coming through, but Turbo
Ah,
is
lule
vision
don
is
last man om to.
quite quintessential there.
Ah, nei tu don chiang lut tu ka thi don
Snuffed
chiang.
out.
Ah, team
Turbo
yellow.
just surviving on a sliver of HP. What's going on, Salty?
I have no clue. This is pandemonium inside the circle, but Metal Esports, how wonderfully
Wonder Boy
they
ron
have
upon so so
capitalized
say
on this
ani ren.
situation. They
Ka le.
have two FS
Ani ai
players.
chon
They had just
Wonder Boy ai
one
chon mo
point,
to kha
but they were
penti
not
kha
prepared
penti
for
te
another
kha ka
one.
lo
Turbo, like
ha
you said,
he
has
le
a
nia
lot of
mo a that
responsibility.
nge
Finds
an
the
zel.
first knock, of course, for
Adi ka
himself.
tura
But
ka
it's
nga
time
hi
to
re
switch
ta de
over
chan
to
ka
the
hela.
M4 because I don't think
Oh, top dog he push lang lolo sa.
He still tries to buy himself some sort of a
Oh,
dive,
nal!
and another one goes down. Top dog is down and out as well, and now it's on top.
Heal masaro.
Siam in the backlines might even get isolated. So this is a crucial moment. Turbo.
Push
All the time in the world, especially when the revive is happening. But will he be able to connect this one nade that he has?
At ludon siyang lutok ka.
Yes, Turbo does. Takes down Top Dog once again, and now will be forcing the revive on his teammate. That he managed to clutch one player out, but today can he do that? That's the big question over here. Does heal himself back to full HP? Now goes in on Turbo.
Oh no!
Akartel poi yang chu ha chu.
And will come back again.
Hun lo lu tu ka kartel.
Replenishes HP as the fight goes
Kartel hun mi lo tu ha chu.
Absolutely, it will keep going on, but it seems like
Kan
now
cho rum lu tu ka hel na sal tu. Oh lo ti me ya tiap chu game sen san try for chu gan skill sa. Push to ru FSC katige la push lo chau malan hun an van khoral na kha ni vai zo le man to do a daw le o le FS zok an come be an lo dai mai an wipe zok dai alle medal how ne sa zo ava han ka turbo 7 solo finish aden mo aden ka chu aden
This man single-handedly dealt with an entire
team. Kan master ang tu bini het nen kan oh ka bini du dan ni tiang he fol che ma.
Advantage of that situation. Team Soul.
Ni ve lo ta se ve bu ge mi mang kan mo nom ang mal le SMC meta ang ya DBS nar fa hun to male. Ol bu kha tharo ni o asal teammate kha. For MV ni ka du chu oh. Goblin an post goblin at lu don chiang goblin at chiang lu tok kha chu. Hey, Turbo he then look 8 finishes na ito. Sa only subscriber mo ta la tha mai. Only subscriber mo to lo.
Eliminations on board already, but on the other side we have the Titans.
Sa es tam lutuk. YouTube ho ni ka YouTube.
YouTube
in ir thai es kan lo da sak ta wang jen dia. Jonathan or goblin. Jonathan ale.
So far their gameplays have been talked about, but
so person hit thado lo ni ma se. Come on Nate OP. Jonathan Nate OP lem.
No covers whatsoever. Exactly that separates these two teams, but it's going to be hard. It's an absolute artillery warfare fixes.
They need to be ready about things. WSP
got just walt away kha
Team Godlike, they need to understand they cannot overextend. But look at Turbo.
And Nate OP lo ve.
As now,
understand
the gravity of the situation. Have gotten those smokes.
Roadmap next G Instagram account na post ni ka guys ta khanom ve ko. What's up because in time alone yang ngating e gawan salo adictoroy post dictoro rayon nang fa match nova hi an try ti cho han soi zao de sa ha eng lo hi chu soi zao vak ngai na ka helem lo hei eng kha PMGC tiang nova ti to sa chu kan lo en claim zo kan ni tle tamo kan en claim zo kan ni na lai han 90 so kan shriat mo look khum po mo kan ti zo ngai nang what's up hello Miramar rising here thật về nên top 10 nào con lằng phalo day one châu ni kha guys day one châu ni kha lao su aron la in khak to som mat som pan hi la en la khel don đúng ai su hey blaze up the program base san group lawa chuan semi at zon rong khel tha ma se group final an khel siat mi ma ro chu enge thleng no chelo megatron te po tiang tur hian kan base la ma se rong khel that mi tu na top 5 han lang ania
as the spray goes on the cover fire step
team TX
but now
the TX ai khel to lo tak mo kha scout kha
they have to get inside the circle but with team Godlike right on the tails they're making things difficult
sa Johnson thla la tweet to sin
to figure out a way
positive what's up download turang in diesel in lo ni lo mo anom na ka kala nom do big ve sa dio ga zi try ti zo ke wa hian am thave ve ma dio hi phim của điều ăn phim khút lẩu lẽ đâu chuyện là hàng careless lẽ đâu chuyện là lẩu sẽ thả các tỷ về với như vậy lost phải tận lạc với đó lẩu niệm mò ăn là tàu về jali khác oh John thân là berat lại poi yang khá cho ăn tuar don aditiat là lẽ bốc ăn tuar don siang lụt tục ăn tuar don siang lụt tục gót lại chứ ăn kale sẽ lẽ và jali ai jelat là bốc aditiat tira khan khi live station khi atira bốc khan ăn này thấy đó ra thì cái hết là man đục kal lấy mấy cái hon
this
thi
is
fel
still
der
not the
got
point
like
where they've entered inside the
WSB
circle,
nó
which is
thật
quite
đấy.
out in the open. They have to go for a ramen. They have to pick a fight. Who is it going to be? Because Error Esports, they're also not
Đây sẽ
inside
try
the circle.
tiệm
8-bit CS
à
are
thả
looking
sẽ
from
chuông
this
lâu mà
position
sẽ
shortly.
vắt
Seiko
thả
Gamer,
vật cho
also
cái tìm
one of
big
the
chuông
players
lâu.
that we've been talking
Sao
about
mai
a
khá
lot.
chuông lâu mà đã
Let's
đấy
see
để
if he can deliver in this game
hay
as
mình
well.
mà
I mean, he would
hay
be
cái
able
mà
to
nó
deliver
kia
in
xem
the
nó
next
hết à
month.
chuông ai hay mình
And
mai
can
sang
they
ai
be
à
finding it
next
will
G stage
be
đó
the
trang lâu
biggest
kiểu
piece
team
of
mình
the
ra
puzzle
vel
right
này
now.
nhàng
Sarang,
có
of
fan
course,
xem mấy lâu
did try
guys
to go out,
team
did try to
tắm
venture
tụng xuống
out
lâu
into the
team ngã
open,
bot
but
vel
he
hin
has
lâu
been taken
mà
down completely. Dreams has been knocked out as well. But on the other side, it
bây
seems
giờ
like the
lâu
God
đâu thì
compound
mail cần
is
hủ chỗ
under the
anh cái
control
dòng
of
hen
WSB right now
có
because
sự
they
Google
have
thấy lâu
so
rẽ
much
rồi
vantage point and so
không
much
aron pin thar
information to
aron
work
đã thari
around.
kan pin sa rồi
Electro from Error Esports just completely underneath his
nghe
crosshairs,
zone
and
thấy
it
om
seems
sia thar
like
dang
all
oh
the
dio try
triggers
tem yes
are
try à
firing in terms of
WSB position
of
thaboka
anyone who they
an
find in
position
the
này
open.
thà thêm han
We
trắc
did
cái
talk
là
about
chicken
this,
don
how
chiang
crucial
này
the god building shall be
à
for
sẽ
all
xí lại
these
món
teams
này
like
thêm
WSB,
thế van
the
đuổi
ones
ăn
who
van
could
đuổi
do
về
really
lại nó
well,
thua
like Kunal with that
ơi
grenade.
ơi khi lại ba khi
Finish
cuốn là
off
khi
the
khi
electro
đó chiang nó
forward,
tục
but you still have Senior
ờ
and
thì lâu
Seiko Gamer as Zeref gets the finish on
WSB
electro.
in killer on still rồi ông sao có cái rồi lại
Looking
thầy
at
lâu
the other
ô
players,
IG
the
à
lonesome survivor of former Youth Gaming. How
IG à
long
han
is
guys
it
below
live?
follow về
You can
ruo
see
IG
from
à han
the
khá
back,
xí ra
they're
không kha
already being pressured from multiple direction. It's gonna
Sarji
be
sami
8-bit
oil mi à
CSs.
oil lâu về
Who does the
Peggy
game?
Sports khai
yeah,
invite ula
8-bit CS.
anh
They
tia
lost
invite
their
mon
player
khel
early
lom
on,
tu
but
mà
they
invite
still
anom
are
do lâu
inside the
à
top 4
thiam som
game
paruk
spaces.
no point
It
mu
seems
sang
like
som
they've
paruk
done a fabulous job so far. It's all about putting
an
the
lu top
final
don
piece
I
of
saw
that
atang
jigsaw
nia
puzzle. It
maglu tu ka
seems like
chan
Team
ka
X
shalo
Park,
I
they've been completely
is
cornered.
you pat mel nen mel chu
And
po
the
ka ve
Blues
trap
are right
zuk
behind them on
mo
the
anh
other
ấy
side. Of
sớm
course,
gì
we've
à
got Team Error Esports, and it seems like
no
8-bit
pang
CS
sial hai nem chu ina sar M5 was party zok la enge M5
Gone
chu
into
there's a
no
chu
man's
nem lo
land,
pan to
right
zok lam
out
zok
in
boy
the
wang lai khan
open.
spray than kom
Not
pyo chin
even
khan
a
ya
single soul present
Kuma
there.
full niang full lo ve
WSB, they might be casting
iPad
themselves.
ni lo
How do
device
they
kha
get
soi
out of
zuk
here? Suddenly, Error
Engem
Esports
zia.
will feel very
iPad ni
happy
lo
about
iPad
it.
alo
To be honest, every
eng himi ka
single
phone
team,
himi ti
I
himi
think,
ti
are in trouble
Yeah,
right now. Error Esports,
hello,
they
11
have to
Pro.
travel the closest, but I'm sure nobody would love to
Mal
leave
so
their
mana
safe
hi,
houses,
ha?
their safe haven.
exam
Seems
zo
like
to
on
mi
the other
sonic
side,
zo
WSB
na la
went
exam
ahead
don
to
zo
really
zo
take
male
down Team X-Park is still on the offense, and they have been successful so far. Pokar and Spray God have done a brilliant job, and it seems like WSB, they're going to force the issue
WSB
right
zo
now,
an
which
van doi le
means
zo
the
ta dat
cookie
mai
is
si
starting to crumble.
Pukara hi
Formidable
drive by
for
zo
Team
hun to
X-Pac.
male
They know that they can get a lot of finishes.
la thang mi drive by se
Pass them
follow
all.
back du le nem
Smoke path has
oh
been
kim
laid
kimi
down,
call ring
but Seraph already down on the ground. Mighty has spotted out Raiden.
lau tim ma ya khomogan ensin min follow me
As Pukar is spotted out Mighty, but he's waiting for the right time because he knows that somebody is going to come out, and that is the point where he gets a couple of finishes and could also result in them getting some better position points.
Speaking of position points, I think Team Air Esports have the highest chances. Look at the
yo
amount
tang
of
zon
map
tar
control
to
they
gi
have.
ang
Look
e
at the
ma
amount of
oh
numbers
lau tim
advantage
ma
that
ya
they have. Seiko
za
Gamer
zak to
with
chin
their
va
nade
tal
once
boy
again.
bok here
They're gonna
thale
find the
don
connection on top of Leo
Ra
YT,
bien pesi
but
bu
he's
final
gonna
ang
get punished,
kami
of course. 8-bit
la
CS,
ni
in spite
em
of
le
not really having
semi
that
yang
much
vel
space to move
chaw
about,
la ni ang ka
Mighty
ring
has been absolutely brilliant,
Kar
but
khan
Team
tao
X
man
Park
tang ma lai
finally
to ti wi
will
am
be
to
forced to make a move as the blue zone shrinks once again.
cho e bus la nei se
Seems
to
like
khana
the game
buin
is
ka ringa
starting to come in the
a
grasp
finish
of
off hal
Error
thayam
Esports,
le
but
pukar khan
how do they secure it? If
Iwo
Pokar
joy jel
and
le
Mighty
tra
can
cho
get
la ji filter
individual
kon nei
knocks
tra
themselves, we come down to
Nei
a
tra vek tu na team hoi
1v1
jon
situation fixes, and that is where I think the fun lies.
Sane si te bulkin atilang la next year ka ra han guys ve en zo ru ol sam zo ga ne kan tilang thau don en mu thei tu ra kan ngai si nang ra mo
No funny business there, trying to flush Pukar out. They thought that he would be around that crate, but that was not the
tu
case.
e six se su follow back lo kan ei mi
Goes after Mighty, but Mighty gets taken down. Now the entire pressure builds up on Leo as he gets one more confirmation.
so zo ne
Team
si
X
table
Park's
de
Pukar
wan
just has two
ki
first
oh
aids for him, but has he got enough time?
a that
Yeah,
don
boss,
chiang
I
lu
think
tuk
he
ne
does
khan
have, but the nade from Leo
Oh,
YT
that-
might be
oh, yeah, that-
devastating. It actually was. It connected.
1v3
Team X
to
Park,
1v3
they're
thei
gonna
don
power
la
out, and
mu
now it's a
oh
1v3. Leo
tan
has
ti
been
en
spotted.
he ti ha
But
ka
he
fu
will
ra
get
ma lang
taken
am
down.
no
Error Esports,
pele
we
ka ta
were
ban
talking
chau
about
lo tang ya dio
Of course, where they
dio
have been apart. Similar
dio
performance in this
lo da
one
poi
once
keres lo
again
tim
of them
dio
taking
ka du
it
yo
up
tu dim na
until
chuan
the very end,
tina
not
ba
losing
reflect the
control
step tran tam la
ever
thi nai chu
inside of their
ma
final
man mo ma
circles.
man
You know, the best part about this game was how the circle was constantly throwing everybody into a fix. They were
dio
all in
nge
dilemma
divide
where to go,
an
where
roll
does
it
the
ang lo
circle
ve
go
ve
first. We see that that was a hard shift towards C. Suddenly the circle comes
It's
down
okay, I
south,
just
and
Erangle
then when we were
more.
thinking that maybe the circle ends around the
Evolve
area,
is
we
not
know in
alone
BGMI the final
one.
circle usually goes out in the
Yes.
fields, right? That is
Evolve,
where
lẽ là Evolve số team thì ta
before that,
chân
it
về
hit
nắn này
CS
ai so
and
lệ
WSP
reverse
were in
team
very good
experience này
contention.
chẳng bao ta.
However, Team
Thì là
Xbox
số
really played
team
well.
flick.
But towards the
Lot
end,
to device
Erangle
yes,
Sports
chu
having
chu
all
làm
that
rồi
number,
cho.
having the benefit of the circle.
Flick nghe ra là.
Absolutely. I think it's not just
Anh
Aries,
thật
but
đá
it's
thì năng
well
lâu về
Xbox.
về
I
khác
think,
bộ.
in my opinion, they made the most
Yes,
out of the
confirm
situation
Hale.
they were in because Pokar was
Anh thật đá thì năng lâu về
absolutely
về
brilliant.
guys.
He had to be precise.
Về
He
mà
had to
cái
get those
sponsor
finish
chắc sẽ
points
tỷ chắc
on
bộ
point,
mình
and
sponsor
ensure
về
that
đó
he
một
was
tí.
leading
Lâu
up
lim
front
về đó sẽ
hard.
sponsoring mà một tệ mấy
He
đi.
has managed to shut up his critics, but talking about shutting up his critics, I
Mình
think
đang
there is
lập
something
chu
that
rốt
Rough
vâng su cái
Esports
sở này anh
has
yên sở gì
prepared
ta
for all of us. It is the
trần
Goldie
ban
Buzz web
và trần
series, which
bị
is
sợi
coming your
vấp
way
ở đây lâu
very,
thầy đủ
very
sầu
soon,
dâu
ladies
lại
and
trần
gentlemen.
dâu
Let's
về
have
dâu
a
tụt
look
sợi
at the
tàu mình
promo.
tụ pon cần này yes các bác khu nghe flick ô các bác khu mấy là thar lệ zual riu mấy đi tụi tôi lại chú next year lu tang ô hey anh pin tháp anh hiểu hey in một thầy đó mi xin lu tụi cái hết làm trang tiền lăng hay top 10 hầu in một thầy em thì khan one vi thằng din don mi thì tổ mày à anh dân tụi try thì tầm lâu ngã chuan mà vì try India chuan chapol chuan ni trân chuan này thầy mà sẽ cái sao ta cho anh kiếm soi ram lovin cái ring yes dik hey ôi một thầy em thì khan top 10 hầu ngang skills ra là IQ flick dio nghe chaser thà về bộ gun skills à chuan chaser ai chuan là sang đâu setting cái ring dio chu tin dio hi control hi makkan ti khopa mo i heta achunga hian ten achungla ma hian tlan na umde hi hepa te hi makaro lu tu ka tiang kha ka voi khat nu na tua ba hian ala mungai la makka dil tu hepa hi control heta tlan na chungla ma oma bulloka asilaya ka naum ta silaya ta chu five fingers in akakutana Sarmo chu Tony chu the phone drop on subject to say thank you I just get phone and device crash ya alaklo he crash kha ka soi chu BGMI update thar chi ta ni updating ka ta chuan BGMI update thar rual che in iOS update hi ron thar boka update ve mo I nge chang ka lo he mi wang hi nge in mu the drop point table chu kha hay next stage hay more step po hay som ni pangana ni lo om ni akira te po ni na blaze up ni li mo yang lai lang sar do chu hay undefeated x7 te po som ni paruk nan oma he la mala ni sai team 7 te phei chu som thum pangana nia matador phei chu hay orayo na ha khalai orayo ni ti khamo orayo na pol te phei chu ato pera athut pha among pha tak me wan lua hey wonder esports pon la khel thazo som thum pasari na PCN te pon thau hai kan base sang view nia 5 po som thum pani na 10 lom PMGC vel en me zo ila sa BMPS ang lo khel khalom god like khel khalom en cha komber le ba ka lo PMGC om mi tu na PMGC om ko va lo ve Sonic nghe zo zam gaming ti to me IG a ven zo ru guys a fia zo ang ka ti chu ate mo kan zoom chop mai khan tu na po khan IG a fia zo kang PGC om PGC chu om FPP nia cái en lom cái en thin lom không ai PGC kha hey are đây are thup mai
Salter to an IGL has been impeccable.
Yeah, and of course, Team X Park, they are just gonna reap the
M5
benefits
sa
of
roll
that
vage
trade.
hayati
And it
nge
was
dan
not
roll fa
just
chu
them,
ideal
right?
roll a
One of the
tha a
teams who
hayati chu
wanted
gun
to
skills
use
sa
that
chan
null
den
rotation,
takani
one of
den
the
tak
teams wanted to
ka
use
fakthin
that
hi
vacancy
fakna
which
sat
was
em hi
left
hayati
at the top of the
a tha
circle,
thlo
but
de pai
only
chu
X Park could survive. And I think
a
that
zanin
is
chol do
because
mi
of
yes
their right
tu na mi
positioning
ni lo
and the fact
mo le
they were
Hmuhnawm
quick
me
on
ma
their trigger. They were very quick in order to
a va
eliminate
en
the
let a
trigger.
live
So
lo
then if
ju
you guys
live
also
ka va
want to
en
be
let lu
very
tuk lo
quick
go
while
live qualify
eliminating
ring em
your opposition, all you
tu
got
na
to
mi
do
tu na
is
me
just
chan khel zo
whip
tak chiang an khel
those
chong
as
qualify la
fast
wang
as
ka ring la
possible.
ga bai
It is
sai la
absolutely
zanin
it,
chon
it
chol do
looks
mi
so
yes
good, to be honest, that
goblin
I
or
had
Jonathan
Hmuhnawm in my
Jonathan
team
le
as well. And also
common don
remember,
live cha
it
choro o
does
o
help you getting those
a live rail tuk lo wang hey god like khel zo thing hi ka live ang so
yeah,
that
the
event a
extra
le kha ka
hands
sirang
in
nak tu
kind of
exam kan ngo
always
BMPS
adds an extra layer
hi
on top. But
battlegrounds
somebody who
mobile pro
needs
series
those extra hands would possibly is you.
ka pa khu
Okay,
ma kha
fine.
va bon em
It's
all
me.
out le to
But in
haya
terms
ti
of
po soi to
helping
dio
hand, I
ne
think
confirm
somebody
man che
has
sol
to do
phatrin
something about
ni
Godlike
zat to
right
khan
now.
haya ti po
But
ava
right
over
now, the
aggressive fa
situation where
zone
they
aron che
are
do
in the
to zone
overall
ai na
standings,
kal
I
chak box
think
ya
they
la
can
va chuak le
revive
sa
this
ma
match
zone
from
pon mi
within.
fight lo va la pu ya gate keep theira kan ni line kha khan ama athi pa foreign video chon thana
What I really loved about Godlike
he
was the
har
fact
ta
that
ve
how
kha
they
chu
kept making those moves, right? They knew they had
dok ka
fight
du
going
zok
on with Team X Park. They still had the
diong
cojones
e
to,
flika
kind
o
of cut out
a
of
kha
that
lam chu
situation and make
ami
a
zo
lot
ai
of
zo
moves.
thlang lo
They
mang
realized what the bigger
bias
picture
bias
was, and
bias
for
min
us,
tilenga
Sarang
a
and
fight tam zo ka
he was
piang
so
ka
good
speka
on the trigger, moving vehicle. They managed to take
fight
one
la
dead
tam ka
zone,
spek chung
and
pon
that is
ka
when
spek lo
things
lam
started
zelin
going
min ti box
downwards.
ya
Not
buai
just
tha
from
ke
gun
bias
rate,
min ti
but
kha zel
still
mai box ya kha lam zu
quality
thlang lo
speed.
mang o
Much better
1v1
team
a
of
figure
Godlike.
ra
All
o
right,
kha po
fine,
thlang lo
but
phot mang
What is going on
je
on the
flex
camp
ke
of the
pang
apes, of course,
test
because
call ring
that
a fil
point
riu
against
mai
the
ni he
Godlike,
anu
I
pui tlang riu
think
mai
that they
guys
should have
nula
been
ni sim
on that
nula
point,
ni vai jo bem
especially
nge
the
nge ru
elites over there, because we talked about how the setup was, right? Wiz got
men be
those
ze mi
holding
zo
the
an tel ve
flank
mi tel
angle
ve lo
versus Killer. Phoenix had the job
mi
of
zo
making
are not
Ilio, who was
tells
down, knocked out, while Ash was reviving him. His job was only one thing, to stop the ambush, but he failed to do that. Too much pressure on this young lad?
Yeah, too much pressure. One of the biggest things was they went for a change, right? I don't
point
think
li
Phoenix
chen
was
nei
in
me
this one.
ha
Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix was in here, and this is where
opposition ngam lo mi
Apes
mistes
know that
o
three
ka
players
ba
were
khum ngor
consistent, the
ngor
others aren't
ka ba
there.
khum ma chu
So hence the
du tu nga
synergy
thar
issues
khop
could
mai
be
tro
clearly visible, right? The miscomps would
e
be
game
clear
crash
from
sung
one
chang ha o
where
e
they
chinak
would
soi to
cannot
tro
two
zo
players,
khum chu
and the
house ya
other
langam
over
to
on
lo
the
ni
other
mo
side. They
how
would
lo
know
ve
what else was that
i
stunt they're building.
miron bele
And
si lo wa ai ni lo
the
in
best part
mod
about
kan
the
ni
other
chuan
team
i
was
trong
they've
kam nge
endured
ang
the
lo
entire fight.
kan ril lu lo na ve an na ve
Right
thi
now,
nang ti chu
for
ka thia ma
honest,
se
Apes,
i
not the best of
lai
class
la
they've
tu
hoped
ni
for,
sam
but
sam hi poi
hey,
mo
let's
khat
be honest,
trong
they did
kam
not
mod
have
bere
much
mod phe
games
chu
to win
comment sa
here.
lang sar
They did
sia mo
not
hi hi
have
kan
a
film
lot of
kurangai
games
lu tu ka
remaining, and
kan
it
shil
seems
ka tu
like
mai mai ro
slowly and steadily that beacon for grand finals, that beacon of hope for the grand finals is sort of coming down. It's not as bright as it used to look, of course. Inside of week one, they definitely struggled. They were on the latter half of the overall standings. But right now, yesterday they had a decent performance. We thought they were going to start building that momentum up. But I think today's performance will shut everything back to zero once again.
I think they were on the top 5, right?
Yeah.
And when we talk about the best players in this game, when you talk about the MVP, one name really comes up, has to be Turbo, right?
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if it's anybody other than him.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point, it has to be this madman. The way he was just showing that confidence every single fight, buying enough time, doing it all.
Yeah.
I think he deserves some applause.
I think he was functioning like a supercomputer at that point, because the amount of calculations he was trying to make with planning and timing and spacing his
a to zik
utility
tur hi chu a an to zik ve
was
shim
also
don tho
his
ni hi a
teammates as well. The way he used his
sa
GPS
kamang
in action as
kaming
well,
ka
the
thlak
way
to
he
lo hi rei
isolated
ve
them,
to
it was
lo la ti chang chang
definitely
je flex chu
he
i
waited
bias ka
for
du
a
lo
while, but it wasn't just Turbo, ladies and gentlemen.
bias
In the
let ka
top
du
5
lo
players, you've got involvement of some big names as well. You've got Pukash from Team X
sa
Park,
chu e
you've
do
got
lo e do
Hmuhnawm
ne
from
tam
APTS,
lo tu
and
nge
then
table
you've
tu
got
nge
that
lip tu na
young
swap
dog
RIP
Odin
mizo
from
gaming
BGMI
grand
IGN.
image za tu
I
nge next g
absolutely love this player. He has a great attitude person. I've met him.
16 or 18 tiang chau chu 16 ai tlem don lo
from the BGMI
group final post
finals.
16 anya ma
Swear
16 ai
from
tlem don
Ellery
lo
Sports, I think he has
Udah
been
champion
traveling for
rin
Ellery
daw.
Sports as a big
Shit,
world
mahar.
much better than Swam
X
as
ka
an
soy
individual,
chu.
I think.
Yeah, I think
X7.
when we take a look at the point standings, we'll have a more
X7
view of
7-11 and Team Flick, Evo Mizo, RIP Gaming.
With 24 points. We've got 8
Heng
wins
pangat
here,
tang
so
hen
it was
champion
a
ngam
point
garing ka
where
soi
the
thim lo
X-Path
an
could have
game
won
thalo
that
ma
short
man.
dinner
game Hmuhnawm bok game anh soi lok thai lo ne grand final em pol la khel lam e kha zero puram lo thin ve puram lo takani ai pol le kha zero do lom live zo tang survival versus tft de mai tum sen cha kom ve oh in fact a gaming zang yam don le ka soi zo chia jimmy nge jimmy nv igl jimmy ani mi order an lo mi igl te chu nova te chuan ning ka ria so ne ge hian a hian then hui ni thloi kon thung oi lo thin a han thin tak e bo ve chak to e oh ma zo sar lai kan matle ve lai ka har lo nen chu lam lai kin tlem thri dos x7 hi ngem that na chan sa I an gan power a traffic gun skills an dei traffic an fight a rual khai boka I an fight a tha an fight a rual khai thri ma se an ti swal huka an che that to cha an piu ni mai piu ni zan te po voi an thop pop thau ni zan te po yang kha aum le zo thrin sa brazil kha world party lo phal zel ro o ti ro ngot mo san lon cham don dok or paraboy
was just getting picked off over there.
Paraboy gala thang zo ang ring dok ai chon tiang la 80 sa cheng sop ni pakwaron super jet thank you for donation donation de kan dong le lol zel ren lo na lam de tangin thank you lu tu jimmy lom or dar mo ka ti zen me chom don am don lo ti ke bj jang khel la ham zo focus tu ka so ve lo cha khalam chu ka shria lo ya am don me nak tu zan tang o 80 sa thank you for donation
doing that, but that is done and dusted. Fixes Erangle is done and dusted. We are going to move to the deserty lands of Miramar, where group number 8 and group number 9
come on God like come back come on
it out. It's going to be so interesting to watch.
Sarlevin nga divide
They've had a phenomenal game so far. A lot of storylines.
tu na an khel chau dan ria big hero tu na ti lai chuan van thang thiam lo vin aron form chau tha khop me divide ta che chuang si lo wa tan thi ma har Zain FG live le don em ni jang zo poi thin khom mai o so zo che live do lo o lo live this sonic kami o rolling ang dok kha so tu la ha jo a game ver frim mani ha
How are you feeling? Tell me about that first of all.
That introduction makes me feel like I'm the one sitting at the top of the
hey tu na
right now.
group 8 a pariat on ta group 9 a pariat on mang che han tu na group final line tum da ni o pariat zeli no ma group khata hian kha round robin en khel kwat cho
In the middle stages, and then of course the
trong em tròn đó angai ang in sa device sa ma mo ni vai sa ka ma mo ti chu ka tho ma sa chu ni zan kha chu ke ma chau ka crash lo nia ni zan avoid thum ka crash a blurry de group a ka ni silver blurry po ka crash a ka crash ka match crash zong zong a game crash vek
all right, they definitely have a problem.
mo lai tum han phalo
Let's talk about surprises here.
ma ni te po chicken thai ni ra igl thun oil lo thai em alom
The mix of things and one team.
donation am thong mo ka for all la a ron lut ngot lai em cheng som ni pa kwa in tu ngai for all an khel pe to lo ma
Yeah,
And
de seven de sakha 7 a khel to lo mi yes ka to lo
about it yesterday, me and Fixer were having conversations.
blind
that
consistent nam lo tu na
everybody knows
chuan
this team will make a comeback. Everybody is certain this team will make a comeback because they have done it in the past multiple times. But
sol po hi man phalo he
too late.
I mean, as long as they make it to the finals, why?
guys,
I think Gladiators
camera
there
disable
will
lock
take
down
the most simple, qualify for the finals somehow, and then see if you can actually win the third major trophy.
Camera ka
We
tibaw
had to
lock
do
down.
them, but let's see
Ulai vi
how
OP
their
mi
journey is
ti
gonna
tu.
look like. Although
Oh.
one of the pleasant surprises that we had from this group yesterday was ASG.
camera ka off zau na chan chin tha
One game
thiam
was
tu ra
a
ngai
the other one they convert
tu na champion mi zo team thaber an ni don ni mo yes
convert one of
mi
the
zo
weakest
team thaber
pieces.
ti chiang tu
Do
ni chan tu
underdog
po
teams
fight
perform
veka in fight
in week two
mo
and making that
ma ni
comeback
skills ma ni
happen.
thiam na mang tak
I was
tak ka
quite
theng chau vek
excited
tu ra ni
about
don na tu na
Absolutely.
hian
I think there will be
Anti
a
chiang tu
certain
tu.
underdog, a
Ti
level
de
to
kan
this
notice
group
ni
that
yes
they
notice ni
played really well yesterday. So the momentum is definitely on
PC
their
no win
side.
grand final
But of
san
course,
thei re
we'll
gam
have
ka
to
ring
get into game to find out if
theng
these
theng tu ring ka du
teams
sak
are
bok
going to make their
sorry
way
for
to
bakal
the
ra han te to me la
finals.
crash thin
Because
sia
still, that
cái mà châu crash lâu kha blurry poke a crash thấu ni zana voi thum
just got
gan
into that
crash
after that
lúc
first
này
game.
năng vé với gan game crash giống giống han a game crash về vek thấu
Others are going to make an entry.
Skylight ho kan vare to ben dap tami yes a tira kami Skylight champion pui tu de Skylight janam tola
and figured out who is going to be at the very top. We'll talk about that a little later. For now, of course, let me tell
next
you
team
who
mu
is going to be the
nam
one who will win the game for Miramar.
nam
I
zual
think
ni
knowing
lang
the
tu
players
tu
from
tiap
the
le
side
bo
of
hian ni
Gladiators, I know they
in
will
kan
be
lo
upset
sa
about
me
their run on this map yesterday. So I'm
ni ve
expecting
pakhat
them
bok
to
ka
actually do
RIP
very
ta po
well in this
ni
map.
vek
Along with them,
ngai
of
taro
course,
le
we
to
just
zial hi
want to
zu
see
ve da
that,
rang me
godlike
we live
mentality,
dos la zari match zari
X-Mark
match chom
collision.
lo
I mean,
ah
that is what we will get hyped about as well. But let's see how the journey of Miramar is going to unfold, ladies and gentlemen, as the Big Bird is in the sky, of course, and this time we have the flight path, which is one
TWN
of the
Orlean that we
preferred
joins
flight paths on Miramar. This is going to be a diagonal
tum lo
one,
mon le
starting from the northeast
join
edge
se
of
se
the
wa
map, heading towards the southwestern edge.
TWM po i
from Al-Hazar and
van nei kai chho do hin ang ka ti so when is this next match tomorrow night all the road maps are posted on the next G Instagram account you may look it up.
Does not really mean that there will be no drop collisions, ladies and gentlemen. We just saw this yesterday.
A roadmap is available.
There are going to be teams slowly and steadily, Johnny, who will be looking for those early finish numbers. I'm preferably talking about the teams who are in the dire end of the point standings, who have nothing to lose. I think
God like a
might
team
actually
flick
try and
eh
guard
God
up
like
the
le
top
ka tiang ko
job.
nga te zon mi zo team zo zo ai ka thang dai zo ang zu
I mean, the drop collision,
mai ka zoi deu
towards Shumasera. That is what I'm hoping for
Ang ka
again,
trong mo.
but one of the best things that you can witness
PCL team bodo ho hian grand final an theng ho deu prize la thei lo zo in nom lang ti la om maram po da tang team ron khelom chuna ni sian khoi tha fake sports de pon ni lom kerala tang lom rong khel tin grand final lu trim shubin poisan hum ho vek don
back then, but the strategy
sa zai me som don zavare do ve a POV live an tam leang en turin nei thawang lungai su an rotate lai thei si ti do khel dan hi mo lo tu game hi Hmuhnawm lo
this circle might actually change everything. We have a southern circle, well, it's leading
et hi
slightly
live
towards
fight
the southern half,
ida a
but I think this is not going to
oh
cause a lot of trouble for the other teams, although two teams heading towards lost
sa grand finale hi comment ve don em comment turin min duem
can expect.
casting ti turin min duem adu zong ban parang grand final casting ti turin min du
Gladiators moving up north towards Al-Hazar.
I trong hi zoi deu ka ti sa
But I think that has
ei
happened
ya aka da ka deu na ka
fast. But talking about the circle, have a look at the right at the smack center.
god like nge nova le
Have a standoff in between certain teams. There is
ke si Hmuhnawm thei khop
there is
mai
down
shriat
esports,
ralte
and
thank
of
you
course
ralian
there
don
is
charity life anei
that
don
Error esports combination. Error esports will be feeling that high.
sa ka ngai dana chuan sa
How
nirvana hi mun danga khel se that zo ge
do they
ngem ngai ngai
recover
ve
or
da
how do they respond in Miramar will be a question.
Well, let's see how they are going to respond. So far,
mainland
I mean,
mainland lobby he
eyes
team lian
are
hawa
locked
chong
on
khel
the
se
players, of
khel
course,
thei se
Dave,
zo
and while
ka
we
du
were expecting
pui
the
khop
players
mai
from the side of Gladiators to move towards Impala,
scout sarbi je
guess
si
what?
mi
They
zo
haven't. They are still sticking towards
team
the
champion ve se team
east
eh ti te
edge
reng
of,
e
Al-Azhar,
mainland ade zo mi zo
and
team champion lu ka du thu sam om
close
lai nem
by.
tu
I
bu
think
po ni ro se mi zo
early
team
loot
ngai
picks
champion
for
thei
some
chuan
vehicles if they get the access
chu
to
tu
Impala,
ko om
which
lo
they will eventually, 'cause
scout
there's
kha ti ek sa
no
tang
one there
chua
blocking
ka
their
mi
way. They
ani
will
ang ani
start
mel
their early game a
eh
little bit later.
blaze kamot te ho ban pharan om velo ra rem blaze upon blaze hian ke I live du zo kan ai yang ka ring
Quite
let
high, but now I think it is close to zero. The teams
ka mai
have
ka zoi mo
moved
ko mo
away
hin kan
from each
tir
other,
nga
and the race
da ring to yo sin 500 da sinang oh
the squads from the opposing side. In the meanwhile, though, you've got like on our screens massive.
Rafa khela Evo ti RP ti lo an khel try ti ber tu teng sa X7 pon khel tra ka ti kha X7 te 7E grand final lak group final mo 7E te PCL team bodo chi emo ka lo tia grand final tu man la thleng lo rim rim ama khan mi ti MSSC zo khamo khata chon oh prize an nei don chon zia le MSC le na kha chuan zo khong ya an khel ha man loman ai aming ang tal pol loman kha chu on nei vek do no tun tu ma chuan kum lok bi on no
I hope what you just said comes. Yeah.
TR yan tling ve lo mi
Shoreline, it will be so fun.
tu teng TR tu
It being an
khana dik mi zo tung underrated player try ti shit thiam har ron ke ra deu ei han ang lo hian om si lo ai rem
hills are the best place to
an
witness some exciting
an ming te hin thlak pe sia consistent hin lo om lo mo tin
cover on
tu di mo soi thiam hi la harapul song song kan lo live big lo nen hian an va in ka hmu lo ta chu wang chuan in ka thlang thiam chi lo underrated ting lo chuan lakzi te ho poi underrated ka ti zinga min nia
and someone speaking at you through
thasia chuan
just
halom ka soi nirvana flick bulai ke ke chu khel tha over ka lo ka ti lai lo tan le ble sa
let's see where this game
Zeng group final khel do lo is yes road map lo Andrew road map guys road map khanan khel ni tur om vek o sai ding e final lang khel don road map om vek o this tun thla vek thau Justin audio Justina kha mia chuan le dei mai la ta taka dio mi zo te chuan thlang chu ti ngot ti la jon than te lo compare nga tanga sa ring go group final khel ve the man tla to
That is actually quite true.
sau này thì Tony lên event đã hiện technophone miền man vek don cả hai lâu đấy cả khát chú bây giờ BGMI sẽ chấp nhận về thế đấy em tuần दिन mùa chuan mi zo te an champion thei chu kala ring chi alo mi zo ram chunga tang chuan an POV an ping te khai na 20 a stable pop mai nia Rada sing ngai ve dan a chelo a tha over ti tur ni big ani ka tha cholo ma se a che chuang lo saring ngong e jon dan o ti to me ya buai thak to thi na o
So many zones ending towards that western edge where there's just a massive hill. You can't even climb it to the top. And we casted so many games. So even in this one, I mean, there's a possibility of the zone moving towards the west, maybe towards mountain, wherever. And that's not going to be bad. It's completely open area.
Exactly right. But I think the far western edge that you were talking about, right next to that mountain.
Yeah, it's outside.
Yeah, it is going to be.
Oh, 300 likes kan kai trap. Let's go guys.
It's been a long time we haven't.
Kan nu nghe cái mà innu khơi kan tilang le to ka zo le to zial te hi la zo lo tam phai zo mi lo to ni o kan po hai kan thla le the lo shom kan tin ya san ni zitonian eng team try ti ber ti ber ti soi te bala an that lang lom ka bai
There's something very interesting going on.
like nga le lang wala thank you
Close to them. The players from the side of Rivers have decided to play with a 3-1 split and
owari orang butan na mokati char
squad of OR
anh lâu tro ka owari orang butan ka owari nim kha nga ka chiap to lo a sa device ka cheve de to ni mo array ve de to rei chu thare ro ka la nei thelo ni device man te tau sia mo sponsor te nei ve lo phei chuan
for some cover, but
YouTube as da hian game crash du lu tuk ti to me a sa mel nge ka mel le facecam support le ta facecam lo support lo ka ti chan chu heta ka streaming app zo ka khan ka lo on lo sim sim a
I think that is the only
orange rock mo or kha
end they will be
OG zo khamo orang gutan
from the other teams.
ari ma ka ti char ra orang gutan ka lo ti le thina
Legit will be
team silly han ni do top mai chu a team top in an mall ina hai
almost thought
MBTQ
almost take it down in that fight. And it would have been a wide on
iPhone 12 Pro Max hi alla thave thawang em sar thawom tak che om lo em 12 Pro Max te zo
NON, considering they had even Surya also.
ala jel try to vem ke mi zo ajong ka choice ber mai choi so khan tu pon tha ti zon ne vek chia ni bi a chi igel chia ni lo je cho lan tir ve to ni pon mo chu ti mo cho ka so khan igel thain tam lu tu hai x7 pro khel tha price igel tha ni na ron tilang flika po igel tha ni than tam lu tu hei chu ka lo la sab lo ni sab ha le m1 chana fake thank you welcome stream ha lo lo ma ja god like khel chung hi en ka tu mani god like hi ka en chak na rai to boga computer khai lei time la le lo paisa nei lo hey kana ai zo sam gaming ka ti chan hi i shelo in lo la in ka ringa ngati nge sa sonic zo sa sonic ni ti box se zo sam gaming ti ni da le box se youtube pa hian ti hin thina zo sam gaming ka ti chan hi kanau min boral santa i ama share reng nan a ming cho in ka da mo ama ming hi dai lo tur ka du warin ama ming cho ya da ka nia chu wang chuanin zo sam gaming tia hian ni kha shelo tan kanau hian sang hi som paru khan min boral sana ama share reng nanin
Have an opportunity to try and secure a knock and then
zo sam gaming
on those factories try and see if they can get
ani
few early
chu mi zia bera chuan
we do transition to
zo sam gaming ani na chan tak ani chu
single knock
chuan
good in this match so far, but it looks
ka
like
thak to lem lo ni chuan hei eng lo te po PC te po ti ran le eng lo tu ma se kanau share reng nan alung phun hi na khuma hian dama om cho kan tum box sia chu wang chuanin i chung te po hian min support lu tu thai lo ni tiang ko ngan chuan I channel ma sa kha chetam hiam mi chiani tamai kha full 735k in ka phalasin RPC eu phaltlom ve thawak lo mi sanu thloi nge nula senior o ti to maya du lo ve ve amung to subscriber sa gat picnic do no picnic ang mod ve to la channel ma sa ang bo kar gu to kha sai na zo mel thang ta nga chun che garing thank you
Just finding that connection, and of course the tap shots will be able to clean him up. One of the
Wish God po khi chiani mi lo he pa hi tharo tu ma sai GDR wi voi ni cham elo an champion thai GDR ta kho by gladiator a to pa day at last day comeback an ching hai mi dei kha tun BGMI sa po at last day nong comeback khamo guess I'll try on big low and is purple apple thank you sir final khel hun tur en na hi khoi tang nge kan ni sil chele do ni kha kha chu final ang lo do na ka channel tang karon lo nga ai amang khan I POV ang khan karon live anga I ka channel la hian ani mấy thầy anh lâu mấy thầy bốc à always go to finish do more than là chăn lệ thầy mà lệ tao mình có vỗ lo mid tip
but the opportunity that's it won't really be there this time around. The distance a little too much. Destro also realizing it.
zanin khel do nem
We all know gladiators
khel do lo guys road map kha an khel ni to jong song chu road map ba kha nom
slow. They will be quite patient.
next G Instagram account na han post
The second blue as well, but by the time we reach the third stage, that is when they will be hitting the safe zone. I think gladiators could have actually capitalized on that knock.
sorry face camera sana zo khan da te
Upwards.
or
The space and time for Ash and Phoenix to come back, but gladiators, we were very split up on that eastern shoreline. And on the other side, of course, we've got Team X Sparkle very close by. You've got Silly Esports, Ace Black just barely gliding right underneath the nose, and here he goes right next to the horizon. Spray God will not have managed to find the connection, but we did hear the gunshots. Seems like it's coming from Metal Esports.
Yeah, I think the shots were fired from players of Metal Esports, and X-Park, they were looking to capitalize on it, but now are going to find themselves amidst a cluster, and a unique one as well. We have City Gaming right next to them in the distance, spotted out in that factory. X-Park, even their information is going to be compromised. There's another team towards the southern side of Metal, and it will depend upon the zone whether
sao zain khel do nem khel do lo sa tar mi ti vua chia khan Ronaldo pui ang oh it was partition DQ cheng oh ni IGN lang tha thei lo okay khan zia de bem
massive curveball coming in from
khi zo zam gaming ti logo thar khi en se tamin siam sakania chu wang chuanin lang sekan du da he god like chu anti sol che picado nung lo khami power grid thlang loka open a hen oma
such an important position for all of these.
Southern side rotation run siam an siam dal man tam ro pui sia o che swalang ti hla ma ti ra khi lawan siam se power grid lawan khi monte lam all rek se
I think this massive
delete dai a khatiang lampang kha chu ti lawangu thalo o I je flex se poni se ha
cavalry, the flux of vehicles inside the circle.
khatiang lampang privacy thil hi chu a thalo amoi lo o lo hi chu
That massive
sarolu vetse zai ti ang tan don o an tan don lo zai na o
Silly Esports as well. I think
prime live pel 20 ho hi chu khelna hun an nei that to lo wa ka ngai re gu chuan kan thiam main zu mi tan chuan
for another rotation,
Jonathan boy that chia training thapai lo ma hi ang lo to lo ka ti mai
an entry in that circle is just
sar jang khel do lo tak ta bo khel do lo ka ti ke road map hi in ve mo ka tia bi pu po chu
happening. Team X Spark,
heta
the players were knocked out. Seems like was happening with Team ASG because Body has
IG a khan da vek o an khel ni
Oh,
tur
and that is the first finish of the match. ASG losing one of their players, Era Esports. If this goes on, they will have the opportunity to capitalize on the momentum from the previous match, but now finding themselves against the players of Team Godlike. Electro dropped down to around 50 HP. Senior as well, taking a massive chunk of damage. You have Sicko Gamer and another lad from the side of Era Esports who were quite healthy, but Godlike Jelly, it is his decision to back off, is going to run into the
Oh.
players of ASG. This could be a massive mistake, but runs to the other side of the ridge in that buggy. Now he
sai jang group fight to fight share wat cha kom ve next year ka na han post vek ani kha po o
away from his teammates, and he's scrambling for cover.
TX ne hlat lo le khop mai a kal la lam to an kal la tur hi ai mong het
And they might be
a khat vek ton che solang ti lam god like chu che sol to lo se zai khel do lo ti ha pin top te a dik che mai khomo sai ji kham private ta yes alu confirm do lo private te oji jacob Hmuhnawm ala tha ma se chu ani po hi ma phato lo prime lai tin active lu tuk to lo boking ka thia
Like this one was a very risky situation for him. Could have got taken down by the ASG, but thank God that he survived on that stage. But what does God like do from this one? Because
Khomo
the
pin
rest of the
tang
team is still outside the circle, and it seems like Jelly just discovered that right next to them is Team ASG. So do they take the
ipad
right
air kha mi man nge pro o air charger kha gala mang phai a thar len tur ka nei lo pro phai jo taw lu tu ka mo len tur ka nei lo na sa ni
Against the players of
I am very retai
It seems like Team Psych, they have the hand of the BGMI gods right on their heads, and of course the circle as well. The circle right on them, but they abandon the center and they're going to try and defend the hill against the players of Downhill Esports. Now this will be an interesting collision.
Johnny, this is a very rare instance where two hardships happen in the same direction. I've never really seen this happen usually, but it is one of those rare occasions where we are moving to the crossings of continuable defendment.
Jflex asu ngoi vang mai lam tro time out de a ngal man ni kha ngal man tham Jflex la nm ngal man ni ga udm modi ji kha joko pani e oho adlu ta ding to pa
Such a
se
brilliant move, and
ti o tu da han tx kan wai pa mi ani I spray shot da mani de kha chet bon thai ji kha sar lal dio mu da nge ge ma kal lama kal don se mau na eng itiam gun skill sa chon tha ka ti ka soi to ang khan mai careless three nai mi hi improve thai chuan mai siam thai chuan hai ai yang thale zo lang gun skills anga zong de zon thal to ra
So far, it seems like Team X Park
sao lu ve ja zain khel bipul hi angal reu mai ni che global hun lai khang khel dun ve zak zak thin
vacancy. Whoever gets that good chicken
sa tia for evo oh bo boy ta ka du ve ve
when finding that option for themselves.
an tha ve ve ka ti
G-bot from the back.
at lu don chiang tu killer so nei ta het in a het at lan sia le na po nei ta bok ava bo at lu chiang lu tu dam khai ngei na kham lo rim rim
very awkward position. The amount of utility that will lob towards him, there was no escape, but now
oh hole
clowning around
clown
that
ju ti
wall.
sual chiang e
Gonna be knocked out. DG bot definitely not playing.
om
that
na
good
phe
ball.
chiang ro pui mai se digi
They
bot hian
lined
a
up.
thi don chiang lu tu clutch moi lu tok a at lu mi alo male
A lot of pain, drops down to around half HP, but the blue zone
ui ave blue zone is sat male
running forward takes so much damage from the blue that goes down to the blue instead of the opposing players.
try tiam nge ngai da han tia comment sit ho hi chu upa thei lo rim
Forest Aves who look to lead
we got like a mu lo ven to bi en chan bere ka mu lo ra re fai tan la tam lo khop ma
Ashwood brought down on his knees as well, and is just aching.
ka du ber mo team sonic ka du ber incognito salem blurry ne min ka zong so lo le kha chu a hun lo thlen phot se oh
Like Forest Aves, they've been pincered down to a pickle right now. Team side, so much pressure applied from this higher turf that they have. I think this is the first time for them to might even go
bi pul te ka angal riu mai jflex khala enang em oh tok thai lo me ka bi jflex ngal man ni ga
For themselves.
ngala
Look at this.
ngal lu du ga
Esports still in a scuffle. Did manage to dodge out the players of Gladiators a while ago, but now
we got like sun la dam vek
awkward spot outside the zone.
pi pe ne le zong le ri e zong le ri ron leng phela
The players from the
e
side
ngai le ron leng le su
still down below. To be extremely careful. The smoke is going to be quite enough for cover, but now the pressure is going to be multiplies as even Team Psych will have a line of fire available. In the meanwhile, Admino scrambling to create some movement space for his teammates with the help of those smokes, but the nade was good instead, and Secret, the man knocked out. This is going to be a troublesome position for OR Esports to be in.
Absolutely, I think Godlike have done a good job pinning down OR Esports, and of course they will be choked by the blue. This is stage 5, of course, ladies and gentlemen, and you know the damage is significant. But it seems like Godlike had to realize that they had
sa jflex a chuan nge so ya ngal lu to ga got like bon prime top training ria a tu ai jelia calling ai tha se cho ma mani te po khel thalu tuk to ne thun oi lo a lal diong do di mai fight am hu to jon tha ba tan hu zela mo fight an phur le do rem kar go tan ngai to al diong do ga ti cho careless thil do ga
Circle, but there was one
nakuma dama chuan device thar lei garon tumang PC tenen pathian ramati chuan kumten thar se ngai kan andong a thelo paisa lo pela zo viral nik chiu mai anuai tel thil hi ni to thin se mo harre mani thin na god like to 2 kills and DTF ve
they have the opportunity to close and slam for that third party and pick off the points. In the meanwhile though, both these teams
3 ma Brexit thengil khachu khachu an thengil lo Brexit kha a se to lo mai me tu ga po min ai se to lo ve ve lo mo thengil lo in te kan thengil che lo te pakhatin min thengil mi ti ve le box ya thengil lo in ngai mo thengil lampo ni lo kha khachu an ma ni len ma ni kha an om na line nge an eng lo to zo kan ni ber chom je chuan Brexit khan ka lo omang ta ka lo chukuri anga tia a chuka thengil min thengil mi ti le box ya ai push hun hey an ni po tang na salut tuk mo
oh my god, 8 eliminations on the lads from Nade official, but now godlike they might have the opportunity to wipe them out. The nade was lobbed by Aditya. Unfortunately,
sir casting hi zonna ta na tla ke Mizoram Kerala wangpon yes tla ke amaro chu ka soi thin fo ka soi to thin mo ka soi lenga Mizo chu ti tak tak na hi kan nei thin lawa i kan bei rei pe lo kan thok rim rei lo thin ka soi to ha ke poi ka bei na rei to ne ka thok rim ve ania kha tho rim pe te hi poi mo i bei rei pe hi apoi mo lu tuk ro kan tei ma rei lo thel tu ka mo kan lo le thri na mo Brexit tinge mo le mo langin chua lo ula pa ngai biak angin pa ngai angin nge treat kan mi racing jo pa ngai lo angin treat mi chon hai thalo pa ngai angin treat ula pa ngai ni ni mai ni mo za team fling kel do nem khi kan pin kha kan DQ vek group final lu zong zong zai na mo an vai ngan DQ zai ya pong khel do lo new sub inferno welcome thank you
definitely too much for just a single lad, and same thing goes for Justin as well. Meanwhile, this fight between these two squads, it feels like it is a little overextended right now.
god like to zone an chang than chicken thei don tak ang mo
Against each other.
tu ngai por god like ki kha hi a thai ti ma game hi ke jo noi thin ka ti ke ma jo ki tu ngai ka en vak lo ka sian vak lo ni don jo
Their lads earlier on, team god like they still are there.
ju zon bol na do dik lo zol vek
Problem is that Nade officials, they are just
real tam thila e tu ngai zong pa lo god like khalo la thi su
because they know they only have to traverse a couple of meters to enter the circle. And that means the ball is going to be the court of Nade officials, and that's why they want to influx their players inside of this compound. Nade being blocked inside, and the shotgun from its criminal is going to devastate Jonathan. He wants to confirm that finish, and here it is. The opening has been found.
He ran indoors inside where the players of godlike were waiting to protect their teammates, but he did not care. EBS still standing strong, and well, what's going on? Team godlike getting destroyed.
na lutuk si go la jon thana po lo thile man ka ti nge kal son vele fight la ka ma zong fight la du mang si lo
Just dragging his team out of perdition. Jelly will be the only survivor he can save. But still, a two-man squad is better than a no-man squad.
Absolutely, it seems like it's time for the
sar le na thai la pui thei ngem min la pui ve du te ni te jon thai
spots they
nga se no bo go san la le kha ka zu do guys lo zwa go like khel ka zwa
map of Erangle.
what's but in pal big law
Away the position.
what's your first pick of Mizo BGMI player myself Sonic
Let's just have a look at the replay once again. Godlike, how beautifully they
Mizo Sonic si Hmuhnawm taber ni hi zo Giannis thank you
in a flash. But that opening against Jonathan, I think Godlike could have got this much cleaner.
sa nang mai channel tang ka hai be don
Found it.
sai tar mit kha waterproof an yam boy kha
Wait, I just realized they forced them to run inside that building, and their plan
le na hen che em lo wang su te ro lo hi chu soi thai ni lo technical problem chu eng ma soi lok thai ni lo mo kan ni bo kan thlok lo wa kha example blurry ne match thum ve ve kan game crash
But look at this circle once again. Mind actually
muk bang ha le mo
from the other team as well.
an ni deuh mai ha
Horsemen, they're under so much
kai ve za kha
watch those nades and the throw will just glide past
sai me lo mi me do ne cho ko lai le ne
the bridge that they have set up.
tuna stream sang tu ta tui này mì hay té hết rồi mà
away from them, and it is on top of Syke. The Lady Luck has blessed them with open arms, and it is such a beautiful circle that they can control. Everyone else will be underneath their mercy.
Superman thì nhắc này tiệm thì tọ mấy
It's gonna be extremely easy, but oh,
But down try em về tôi à
yet again, and 4 horsemen, they are also getting
medal lâu rồi ăn hoài mà
all on the chicken and the players of Syke looking to eliminate them from the game. Asad has been knocked out. Corsi in the backline is extremely low, and plus there will be the
God like hiện nua trao rồi lụt tụt ông hiện ăn sẽ bị lâu lẹ ha nè
Exactly, but amidst all of this happening, Justin from Gladiators
sao lúc cũng phải hairstyle mình ôm
is still in the back lines, and he has not participated in any fight whatsoever. He can play the spoil sport for medal. He can play the sport.
sao cái sản nhị like nghe competitive player nhị like nuông dọc nuông về với cái gì mấy
In the back lines, he is having a time of his life. He does have the 6x scope as well. This is appropriate. The paradox, the paradox.
cái sản nhị chỗ hạ thang về đâu mà rồi chỗ đem chọn lạc lũ chỗ tầm về dọc thì mấy tiếng hay competitive mất ai cho hold down nạt lúc tục just in
did try to go for the shots. He did get picked off, and now this might be a disadvantage for the players of Metal. We have Syke still with 3 players left. Godlike 2 players remaining. Justin still left standing, but Metal getting annihilated. A moment of desperation leads to a lot of mistake, and Syke as well charging towards the players of Godlike, looking for a few picks.
Justin ăn lẩu tháp party về lại xe top 3 zone cai nghề mấy kill 9 kill xuống đây tối này
Finally gets spotted by Jelly, who damages him quite low, and it's a sliver of HP. He is being done and dusted. It's a 1v3 for this lad.
Come on, 1v3 cắt xe nua trong area zone này
Question, Johnny. It's going to be so difficult. He has the shotgun to work with. The M4 is definitely going to be there. No utility. The armor is shot up. Helmet shot up as well. Needs to be careful. The damage from the nade.
hun lầu hi là tụm hun kha mà rồi chỗ anh tầm lại đâu này
But what a brilliant chicken dinner from Syke. They were in control of the circle from the start.
ulai phải sonic kami
Players of Metal started to push in their direction. I thought Syke was going to get
cái lúc không kha anh bảo tháo thèm what hey
enough to allow them breathing space to save themselves.
Quite soon, because I felt like when Medley
tụi mày khá lè biên lui này trong पैसा cái bèn ra đi khá lè
felt like the game plan was simple to try and take down teams on the flank first and then go up charging inside the circle.
sa đến rồi chỉ chú niệm biết là bạn sẽ kéo sinh lắm tùy về tung toàn những sao ball về là hình nghề in lộ về là tổn này với cả tài hàng khá chú tổn này gì thế sỏi thầy lậu kéo sinh cắt chỉ tiệt lắm mà phải dân lộ bao này ngay đâu cắt chỉ về nọc lúc mình ăn phật ra mình bé gì mấy các comment share dậu thôi à mồ tôi là tí cái share làm gì các rồi tí lần kha ta tôi này mới tia tia hay mày tiếp đến chụp cho số mình tia về chắc giấy mà cho em tí khá chú kha pin cần thiết pin khá lâu anh nói team bắt đầu drop clash
Absolutely, I'm pretty sure the team Syke, the comeback will be there if they get those much coveted bonus points, Johnny.
Yes.
We have been talking about them. The entire narrative of today is going to be around the bonus points. But for us,
sàn mình lẩu mua bà lệ bà rút đi lẩu trì như là gây tọ trì ra sao lại là món sò lò xuân sò đằng trái bà lẩu đôn về
area is just perfect for just
PGC lẩu ăn riêng highlight cho những
most teams possible, right? You have to fight in all these rich
PC version chọn Hmuhnawm cái em chọn SLR mang hi anh GMR cái tí na ha chơi sầm ni atto kan tia alhim em mày alhim em mày nhìn tí chơi sa night all kha mình là fail các bạn chiang lúc tục lầu thì ăn pick tây và hành đen tặc PC version chưa Ew I saw chick ăn tép tây bồn dễ ăn DMR mang Hmuhnawm Mizoram trong gaming ăn hot liền har anh này new sub big fans Christina Stropai han ron new sub vel ta ni min follow back du lo tu khan hi guys han hau ron teu Christina Stropai ai du riau ni radio thai tiam yes len a hem player thi our well set team rim ni chong se len zoni te hawa tiang dau hiam bo rock hit don heavy ti la wang ti tung ha soi thai mo sang ti min nge tai bullet Group final mo RIP Mizo Gaming in
to get the championship with only 3 matches left to play. But let's take a look at the top 4 teams from that game. 17 Petrichor, Tyloo, and New Happy. And the big takeaway here is our leader went out early. Our second place team went out early.
Tin tu cái này lâu nè.
Points and they did.
They did, and they put themselves in the race here. Danawa got a little bit of points, which means they're also super close to Twisted. With the NHG Sports, they're going to be super tight. But of course, it is the Tego winners, and it's NHG Sports. They were able to clutch this one out. They held that southern side, and they shifted in towards that area where like, okay, we're not going to force a fight between Petrichor Road and ourselves. And this means that CC108, he's going to get the MVP.
Lace.
With 300 damage and 3 kills, and
Saringo kha kan la don. Sari lu a kolami kolove hey ka samde por lor te thi te ro te.
much more like cover to work with. They didn't have a much utility to work with, which means it's going to be like a fight with them with Petrichor in the end. So also and now it's going to be 17 points. Tyloo up with 14. That means that they're going to be rising up a little bit off the bottom of the leaderboard. But 17 getting 11-2 is huge. NHG Sports being able to also jump into that is huge. Cerberus 7 is massive. Yeah.
Christmas kan thleng le ta
Chase that let's look at the top pack. Twisted Minds holds the lead. 116, not too shabby. Dono.
400 likes kan kai trap. Let's go. Then group final khel le do dem. Kha chu lo chang do de guys. Sai lum khum khai ta tu mi ni hi lên là hal po le khuang ken lu thai do ne man tin ni chu khuang kha chu ken lu thai tu ra ngai la tro hal po kha chu thai ari nom chia la
The big one for me though is we say that if the top teams let off the gas in the last game they showed that they have weaknesses.
sa chu lai lo mi yes lai lo lai fa cho ai to la wang ai tu har do em
Almost out of the race right now. It's like it's 30 points behind. That's going to be rough.
The race is heating up. It's time for us to get
Evon motive can say and celebrate khum do ngai samo entertainment vek and celebration na ring le lom ve wang guys len chu mo Hmuhnawm don tu
Thank you, Topies. We're going to be coming in a bit cold, but that's oddly fitting, given that we're making our way over to the Kindy to start off everything.
an PC len event pui je an trophy mu em hay hi BMPS te en zok la kan en zo chen khel zo chen la tran le ri lo
The closest finish, at least it seems to be shaping up to be that way, Matchroom, that we have ever had in PGC history.
sarai sian cheng sobre pakwa super sticker ron mai thank you for the donation Evo fans kan tam ber thau
PGCs. Everybody else at the top of this doing okay, but nobody's running away with it.
Oh, it looked like it might go that way with Twisted Minds, the way they kicked everything off, but it is to try and navigate moving in as now the Kindy lions and tigers and bears, oh my galore, are going to be coming after everybody.
And it is just incredible. So far, the games today have just been an absolute pleasure to watch. We've been losing our minds in the green room watching the games so far, and now we finally get to see who's going to come through. Big
Christina Stropai kha lo hau ron ru ka ti chu guys ai du ni follow back du mi lo nia Mas ho lo tu na ta so ti fai ni vo ho hi an bula om thian ho om anom me zok
Is crazy north. It's going to be going over. Dino landed in just
Sara la ngai du kan kom sak pa
Does it happen?
is it we have a potential
ama han na a chang kang boka an khol an nei tha boka in PC war so ni chu ang rim re
I mean, this is unbelievable what we've been seeing here today. New Happy has to go pretty far to get to Deca Mesto, so off of this plane path could be.
le na hian ti chu bo kan thai nge ma
It's just been
ui ti khang la
a treat so far. 17 needs to pick it up.
zai khel don lo mi khel don lo yes kha kan tar vek kha kan pin kha
I mean, that is the map where they really
sar be mai la sa bi je zai kes ve lo kha chu an na hi ka ti ani bu wai di chol rai tol tu kha ko tul ka ti lo ve thot kha chu an thu lo ve ma ni tu di ma na vo zo ra la thiep lo ka ti ba hu ha ro anga
as well. Maybe there's some signs of life that could be happening.
before TF ti veng zu min than tir tum du su ka thang don cho lo guys
Everybody's going to get a pretty decent amount of space. The only
Don't try to siam Boruaks. I am not going for the Boruaks.
Ideally, when you expect a team to get a chicken dinner, you are expecting them to get somewhere beyond 20 points, between 20
Hay vai hậu
points.
tí ngay thật sắc do
At
không?
the end of the day, it is about those averages, right? Yeah, they've gotten 80.
Ay ang oro guys.
They've brought, big elimination. They have a big elimination match in the future as well. I think it should balance things out. So
Justin na den ziaron lan tir ka ti mai he chu.
to be honest,
1v3 popanyo medal ho.
bonus points one way or the other. But we have the MVP.
Sa do I vote ang san nang ni table la. Ka hemi lo palino vel yang a.
Absolutely 6 finishes on this ladder. He's been fabulous.
Ha ken line ti chu vo lam kha kem tran deu kha adu ha lang che o. Re lo soi keu are mem. Lo po ka nei lo he.
Have a look at this. You've got the Z God from Team Godlike. And
I am no lo camera ti bao le rồi không?
once again about this, that he's always been the back.
Are thiam kha chin om thau kha.
All of a sudden, he is sort of getting the much needed respect that he deserves.
Yeah, that moment when he just runs in, absolutely
Yes.
destroyed the players of Native Official. That is the moment that you see in Hollywood action movies, right? The hero shows up, he's dead.
Ang tige ka camera hi. Oh, ka tang thế ni.
Unfortunately, that final fight out of the open, had they had the numbers, maybe they could have won, but that wasn't really the case.
Absolutely. But let's just
Thì hát lầu tang mấy rồi ha. Nó lòng trống rồi.
from this game, of course, because that is where majority of the focus lies.
Sa đến gọi vật chết ta về. Ô, sao thế bà lâu giúp cho thấy game à.
Finish number 4.
Thấy lậu tụt thua ôm lậu á. Nên số dữ tới bao nhiêu chú. Sa PC bao giờ thì kể là chín la. PC này về phất lậu cho kể là hát vã mà nè.
Yeah, we
Cái
did.
tang lậu khi cái tang.
Saw them secure a few eliminations when ORE.
Cầm mẹ là bỏ xả giảm không lòng guys.
I
Ôn.
think they were also picking off the players of Four Horsemen and the players from the side of Medal, so they have stolen a few finishes away from the opposition. But overall, it was a nice game coming in from Godlike. Gladiators also having a wonderful run, as I said, 18 points on the board. Medal with 14. But I'm very happy looking at the finish counter from the side of Nade. I love this kind of aggression, and had the
Ai dễ. Anh lậu chung hay lậu anh lóc không?
very high up in the overall ranking. But hey, even now is not too late. They still
And
have
yes,
the
sir.
entire week 3 remaining, and you never know. In 5 games.
Sa đến tháng ấy thọ. Casting thả cái thọc. Hay thế rồi tốn trụ mại hiên trần do cái này em. Ồ, trần do thì này vét cắn này vét cái lòng. Cái chuyện tên tâm lòng hay mua啥để bọn oma Evo à bọn oma RIP à bọn oma Team Flick à để bọn oma anh tầm nó được cái trần vét bây giờ bà để bọn oma Nigma để bọn oma mà. Ồ,วันnày chỗ lâu trình về live đăng hậu chú. Mong tầm gắn phụ mẹ rồi.
Seeing X-Pac, and I remember them getting taken down, but I don't remember
Thôi là khai mua mình sợ đặt cái này đâu. Chút tiền cả mua ngay đâu.
memory issue.
Cú pháp cái đâu.
It's been a long time I have
Từ cái next year final.
a little bit. It's fine. We're
Grand final ni sổ quá trăng.
use ahead too much, is it?
Này rồi giá cái này to. Ô lâu tiền mày à. Vô fan sau chú nó bằng tết tên này tăng bùi.
Anyways, I mean, yes.
Nó bằng tết tên này vét.
Really important thing, don't listen to this man about it. You need to plan things out inside of the match.
That is very
Viên trên thì mua. À, mi live không mấy mình ha.
games, and I'm gonna enjoy. I'm not gonna
Tiền cái ăn vàng ai lâu.
because if I do so,
Yeah, breakfast không.
whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. But
Hero vật sexy tỏ trình về.
let's just move ahead.
Hệ pa hi
So
jo.
far, it's been a fabulous
Sắp trong cái sàn nó na cho chặt thô đó gì. Tụi nó trồng mấy khi.
Hawk, where we're gonna see a lot of forests, a lot of trees, and hopefully a lot of reptiles.
Well, let's see how this
Live entry na va share về broski. Oh, IG à cái anh ngay lâu live.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the one thing that my man forgot to mention, that Group 7 is going to be there joining us for the next game. And guess what? There's one more change. Since Salty needs a little bit of a break, we're going to bring Fixes back on, who's going to be joining me in the action that is about to take place. And it was an exciting journey, Fixes, for the first 2 matches, but that game of Miramar, I
Rồi
am
tôi phim ngồi mình nhìn lâu
sure
tôi
that
sẽ
you
về
will
ngắt
have
ngắt tiền là
a
đâu
lot
bằng
to
đậu
say
nè
about
nghe.
Yeah,
Vai lầu dọc hay anh dọc cái là
That, group 8 matches are over.
Eng.
We don't
Oh, yeah.
have
PC version thì kha em nó sẽ mang
Godlike or Medal or Silly coming into the fray.
FPP
So,
modern ta mà.
bad news.
it's not a bad news, it's just something I think
Hôn đâu in thang lại mình nhỉ.
Yeah, that is
but
true.
now heading on, we did talk about how good Godlike were, how things did not work out for Team X-Pac. But
Now moving ahead, I think we need to bring the focus down to Gladiators. They haven't really been having.
Hello la start team film RP hi ini được mel cái tí hello về anh tí vẽ cái lóm mà lệ lắm mình lệ lắm pon Evo mình thì thâu lóm mà hầu lúc tục hát tiếng đó chứ cái trần vẽ cái kèo tháp piang cái trần en vẽ time
That match, the previous game of Miramar, 18 points. Now, where does this get them? How much
sao sẽ phải cái lù ta
in order to get that get to that safety cushion?
I think
sẽ lại cái thiam tắc cái thiam mi
those bonus points.
đó là rằng kèo đòn em thấy khi cần pin hi hay message pin hi guys Andrew hay cần pin vẽ kì
I think that's not gonna only help them in improving points, but I
lâu chang mấy tàu sacrifice cái Brazil này anh đang rap thì không nào
think what they're after, that reward.
Yeah, and the chicken dinner basically just makes everything much easier for you. I mean, you are the
đừng làm gì chứ phải học bún liền về giúp
you have 10 eliminations on top of that. That is
phải có cái thô lê mấy cái gì em liền đi bún à lông lên ạ chuông thì nó có lắm là anh bún liền em
because their group, it seems like
anh chung quần lên không
teams are eyeing out for them and them alone.
And now let's, we have to kind of shift the conversation from Gladiators to God's Reign. Right?
Yeah.
And God's
xây dựng assembly election result en về sao em thút mày à en na
that they played,
anh ấy sạc lâu politics lắm chứ
they were doing pretty decent. Let's see how they play in this one.
And one more team that I would like to give the attention to is
MNA for ZPM
there's
ZPM lẽ
a little bit of an inconsistency in the last few days, but overall, if you look at their journey, the graph is on an upwards trajectory, and if the improvement continues, you never know.
Sonic cái Brexit u lắm
We're gonna see a new rendition of Glitch Reborn, especially considering that the OG lineup of the team has started to play the matches again all together. But let's see how this map of Wakendy is gonna go for them, ladies.
asan alien bok
We will see the plane hit the sky in a few short moments.
zo viral nang ai ka u mấy the oversize an order to pay khok thangin an oversize
when you are trying to start an engine of an aeroplane in the wind,
nga ka mo za wi
takes a while.
alo wi lo ni hi kan bun nga ke vot re mai comment thiam pa la mi lia thank you
But yeah, I think give
oh zai me som don lo ti le to lo chang tu sang ku va hi ngai ngai da tu em ka i lo guys sorry so tomorrow exam tur chu ngai practical ka nei don
but when you want
bi pul hin hal re ko chang pai to da
have one in the mix, and seems like the jigsaw that they were kind of trying to fit in the puzzle, nothing has been working out, and it's all just haywire for them.
You're still
Eh,
hoping
tung hai
for
kha.
Legacy to come back, right?
Yeah.
new on Instagram why
Jelly,
Why?
Aditya, Atanki, and Aru were playing together. The boys we loved them. Don't
hi an pin kur kin lo me
we? Still do love this current to
bi pul kha chu angal ve sim sim ani kha
I think that's
et
something
gapi ko oi lo ber a headphones mic pol lian
The lineup on
alu khu ve khopin
say that yeah, the potential is through the roof right now. The performance that's there, it does not justify the caliber of these players. But you also have to consider this, that everyone has stepped up their game so much. It's not just about OR esports anymore. You can't even predict what teams like ASD or Stellar Titans are going to be up to.
and shout out velok uni samuela thank you support na wangin
Play like the best team in this entire
IG lam mi nvm ka hello tu na chuan
given the answer. And quite erratic is how I would like to define them. There are
Yes.
moments where they're absolutely good.
guys ka casting hi Hmuhnawm min ti anga Hmuhnawm min ti zong te ni mangai thlang no min ti zong te ni
And for the Gladiators, for OR right now, Gladiators still in a better position, to be honest, but they need to roll it off their shoulders, whatever has happened. They have still 2 more games going. Of course, you have to include this one also. So, Gladiators definitely need to bounce back, but I want to bring
achung te chuan a fel
towards
te min ti sar choi ve dolom ei don en kin do next year hen ngai ei chak ber next year hian ngai ei chak ber next year ei chak han nei do top bai chu va ro ve sa kain khom le pe lawa
I have realized
a kor ha po ki lian sim
to secure the finish points, and especially during the late game is where they are going to look for those
this comment train cut phone sa alang mi lo ngai sia nang tia this comment
protect their numbers. All 4 players still
point kha share them next g kha yes share the an mani next g Instagram account na khan
the top 5 teams
post ve kan yo
of the game. That is the time when they start taking the fights. I mean, it is extremely late.
ole sar chon champion turarin deu te nem rin thiam an harin kuk tang lu tuan thalom lu tuan mo player sen thato lu tuan mo
and they just hunker down on that spot.
Zanin match do nem kan post ha do lo zanin an khel do mo ka ti IG appointable over sa ka khel de do lo ti maya dal sari ri don to ni he ti khang ang le lu polian ni ki X7 and Evo except la IG2 eng ke ma mi don't follow me yes tung ya nice except nga le Christina Stropai na ron follow back hun kan hak mo now how ru guys kaka
I mean, OGs have been in a similar spot like you talk about UK07, where this is one of those teams haven't really.
Sampai tu grand final sih tang, grand final teh han loot pot se loot tur teh han chiang pot se chuan I an khel dan ten ani lamo IG pick lam hi update ve to ro ke ma mo thala ki mo that se loot mo guys nia exam te kan zo nga shooting te po nei ve te kan tu mang chu dro te vela thật sel dua thala ki ma point mo thalak ron tia mo ko el se da yan youtuber face man mek sang lo don tumin thalak ron da ro tia thalak ka nei lo to kon sut de la ka thalak ka thon ra ka ma crop chu ka ini ke sa tu ngai en chak beri ti na mi ai ju van rok em mai bok ka ma le so thì cái là chút tha gần là phải nào sau đấy cái tôi đây master cái gì lại mẹ trần big real tên này về em cái trần vắt anh phá hiện cái trần sau đấy là bao nhiêu mi ông lầu top cái mà chuan mà Cesar atang lệ giúp thìn hay gì lầu thế này technical problem is soi log thấy hi này lâu mò hay tiếng liền thầm all in tiếng po lên event à te po ai kha an rehearse suk ngai te om ta tiếng technical problem is soi log thấy này thìn lâu wa.
Before we jump to the recap, one quick question. There's a big name that we haven't talked about yet, Big Brothers.
Alright, Big Brothers, they were quite immaculate with their fight yesterday. If you remember against ORB in that Erangle apartment fight, they had a good time in that matchup. And this was one of those last final games of yesterday's evening. And heading on to today, they also are in a similar spot like Gladiators are. But once we take a quick look at all the...
Anh van khel le har em khel mai do mo ti ngai chang ve bo mo PC version a chuan DMR common beran mang na saber Sarniu sub all long tlai lam ve chu te el rofela welcome ma hun le thil lo theng tor hriat lo wa hriat thia mangai Sarnek zia hen ivo hi lo chamta se khovel hi to pangem le ti to me ya va boy thak to thin AI ji ju Krishna tana han bag do na chi ani lo threm Ikemen lag lo lai ni ngoi le vumung zela ba ju soi sen la ka nei lo ai soi khan thil boy pui ngai thut o man ni lo chuan ka ngoi hi chu tam lawang engem han boy pui ngai thut hi om le thri na mo PUBG Velar tak ma survival royals kha khel ve tri re map azau mai trin sia khel ngai lo niang ka hramia lo PC a jo spray har elo chu an len event an ta bank chen ja chu mi pui chu thoman nei cha cha chu bo ro sang cho an trophy don toran nal ml liang si cho ấy tổ là cái điều tram tổ thì tổ mày anh có tiếng cho anh hả cô tin AUG hình mang na sai M4 hình mang về phát lâu đấy rồi
Not his desired gun, an AK SKS. Definitely V7 had to cut loot a little bit to try to get into this circle a little bit sooner. But still, up close and personal, the AK absolutely shreds.
And it's strong if you can control the beast that it is with that kick. Looking out,
FPP a kheli har ke chu nuam ka ti thin sin reng te khamo FPP mo thang khela mo FPP mod kan han khela kong ko rat thlan phei som nuam FPP mod ha ral te ho ne na kan ir sian ma sak lampo FPP mod rank kan pu sau thri ta ma ral te ho ne hian sepo ya online ta ral lian ton te ti thri na ma chuan ai sian na rei to a so zo ai la ya thing o bak to ta du fa na tran chui nei ve ngai ka ring team ngai tran ber ka tran ve ka ti chu tran ka tran kwang ve khel tha ber he ni mai IG nuam zok ha le ne ven hu na ka ron ho man chu Sonic t-shirt ke ma siam tir ka ron ha ang ew varo pui don ve
Shrimzy so good in close quarters combat in this event, especially with that AR. The grenades now splashing around the outside of V7. Shrimzy gonna reposition and go for the res. This is a really
zo zam ti hi pi phua mi bi pul thin hi on chin ai ngai thak vek to kha kana boral ta hriat reng na ni hi o kana boral ta hriat reng nan ama hming ani hi sa ti vo cham ta sa team flick ni mel sia nu mom lo Realme X3 Pro mang train ma in Ralian to 93 X2 so ka hello amhan tak so device ang zong ka va thlem lawa hemi hetianga trek sok hilom nge niang o ka ti ni ki blue zone ni mi ase lo ki thil vom thin hi anin nai to ne ti zon SLR li SLR ka ti DMR li SLR ka ti veze pocket tank ki competitive omse kan sia mai do mi Saring go zo lui a vulin ka sia o sarmi zo wen tung ya try ti ber Sonic blue zone zo ein na tan to
Can he find another one as it's going to be revealed right in front of him? He can't. The meds. He's got to do it. He's got to commit.
Yeah, this is the last first aid in his bag. Maybe he can find some more here. Yeah, 4 more. But the Sonic CM kickstart takes him out.
Okay, now you've managed to pick up something, Sonics, but you have a path of major resistance in front of you.
Thong le virte om ni hi den chuwa khen luta se tingen no mang le hi den lutuk ti dema chaklo ala nei thei si ala na thei si o sar haya ting a dio an thave ve an careless ve thin bok wa han nal ta an pick FPP mod atia PC Hmuhnawm ko te tiam pick zo te thlek kwal ba nang lawan ka phi Sorry life atang sa thai sia hya ve thai om an update hin lian tul box se device nei zung hiar se alo to thin se lom boy thak na chu dama om chon na kumla ma so upgrade te po kan ti thai tura han ngai la te mak so su translate dang ho kan la tluk to lo na ni ai shed BGMI ya ping kan net ping an down nal hole avan touch nal man hot chelo lu to kha le kha khala son ta che ar yong mai
Let's not read about LG just quite yet. You can see that going to go ahead and get a knock off the start of this hillside fight. Shrimzy is still alive. He's going to
Samizo iklan da samber nga neutral do win.
So maybe some more could be had.
Team incognito. Okay le ro tha ve. Ni weekend di PUBG le BGMI hian da thei to se. Weekend di tu na om to hi BGMI mi kala lut mi cho lawa update thum thum kala khel lo thum thum nge an. Weekend di pon da le to kha.
Brings to the table on this map. They have such good awareness of the terrain and of the positioning.
Tuzan ahun nga ya 745 ID pin donga 730 vela live stream mi chu ron tran kan lo ron tumang ni ju gun skills an la that tok lo guys gun skills chu thu ran ni se pinga hian net wifi hi la that tok lo sare par chu ni lo ma la I benga par yeah yeah.
So they get a second to breathe, but you can see this is the rotation that 17 has to make with a very, very hungry Genji with sightlines.
Yeah, there are very few good options here for 17. Other
than RX Bay, Bay le mai ko ba.
The unbelievable heroic crash on the potentially Peshkor Road, but I think they're going to wrap, try to swing circle, potentially use this snowstorm to their advantage. Cutting off
ngày năm lâu PC version thì den thrin bia snowstormได้pop mai nio anh lâu po savom po weekend dia hian an that thrin savom in mi that thei le ha sar chu in du le mai o tiringot enge ko in du na sa ka thrin nu start te mai chen ya o lo ti hele oho alang thei lo POV da rok te oho
able to claim a point at the very least. He's the last one alive. Suju trying to scooch over and get res by
Sarhe min sa to mi alaw o tirangot eh in hil zo man law na sa snowstorm hian eh anun na I hek tel ani hi den ve Holland
they'd love to be able to save Flood. Cerberus duking it out with
snowstorm ani hi hei khuna sa deuh hi china thong le vir te om kha mini militia kha chit ve thinem chit lam hi ka ti ve vak lo tiang ko ai chuan farewell ma A21 lo in soila kan mi zo player te hian thal tung ma se sarsonic soi han net tha kan la nei lo hi nim tar mai net tha kan nei lo ba thorim na kan nei lo kan thok rim tok lo kan tei ma tok lo thin a chan chu enge ka soi thiam dam bera chu mo zirna kan zirna hian min la ti boy pa ai game lu chil top kan lom lo tin game arte support a hai sumle pa in sen huam tam takin lom lo antina bootcamp Miramar chon ai bootcamp top ten nei ta ti khan apui thamani chu tiang kha om lo Sorry life en tam thai sia group dang khan tam vak si lawai thiam big ti hi chiang senom ve em o tirangot ka thiam big mi sa tu ne sia hen digit ngai lo tling em chu chia chu ni mai soi ngai lo please e ka fellow exai ka lo ka nei don le don lo po ve pi tu ka du sa sonic e va classic ve o classic to long guys 500 likes kai lo loi lan kai theng em mon hai to view nga ria like lo temi lo like so let's go guys ni mi se chi thai lo o hek chi a thai amte 21 nek don che mon le amte 21 insane amte mi nge amte 21 arai to ni shim amte insane amte ani insane om thine god like bootcamp kha no mela pui ram le god like bootcamp god like bootcamp le sol bootcamp ka se pol don tak god like bootcamp khan nom mail khop mai nia SRPC player TGLTN kha gameplay entry ne mi samhain ka en veteran alo to kha straw te ho ka en line to a en vak to lo sarni zani live ka na kan nu in avan tong rangati kan na ve ni mo I trong muang ban chip kha chi ber lawa chu wang jok bei sa mi zolte kha try tiam chia chu ni lo ma se ni zan kher kha chu ni zan kha mo mak lu tu tim tha khan tiam kha ni da consistent kan ni zan chot kel selom shrim vai ni ema vai khat talan tro vek o me se pok khan min hai kha ti rik ngot mail kan lain selom lai ne la selom lai ne Kesar ka du pa soi thiam du game in na thu soi ka du zok but ke ma gym ten nei to me an nei vek lom social lai ngai poi mo ngai lu tu game an ni wang khan fitness ngai poi mo lo tu ran ni lo ra an fitness a that lawa a that lo chu mo an taksa hi se la ngai lu tuk rangot gamer ni pon zan kan mengraya kan routine te lo mu mal thin lawa mut hunte in hunte chu wan chuan eng lo ngai lu tu gamer ni chuan fitness ngai poi mo ngai tu mut ma te poi mo mut ma the mo mut tam te ho tak sares tam hi sari lo nei ngai nang ba spectrum lo moi te thank you rong den bon nom mel rong den bon nom sol khan nom mel lo ber gati ngamu to china government miso higher secondary school class 12 batch mai di trong thai train ka ti reng ni ke sarata ni lo tha kher mai ti rengot government miso higher secondary school ka trong claim lu tukra dan lu la imo rengot sai subscriber thar kan yal ro fel chong tu welcome ras jai so boy bizan wa lo chuan an ni tu an ni lo ka ti ve do nge dan ka lo le kha chu contra dak khan cowboy ti vela chu ka pui vel do ke ra la hi ga hai lo Sao University ang master degree nei ka nei lo wa nei tumin tu na hian hei University Mizoram University a kasir mek vong a team flag mu dara bon ti zok sar an bon ve Sonic a hi bon ber guys like lo temelo like sak let's go 500 likes kai tre panyo moi don em BGMI su hey en zo lo tiếng Hmuhnawm riu mai ni cái trong claim lâu trong claim ấy à ê này ta thi đón à thi lâu and smoke hook dan tên nala sin anh đi open aron kal tan thảo same face and chicken thấy mấy à face mo DNW and chicken ang oh ni po chu dâu giảm nấu bằng trong hả dâu giảm thì tôi cầm hình pa anh lên em canal mình boral san tam hình anh oh mà hiện nan oh sa tu na sa mathematics department mi cái này sa khoi department à ngay om forestry à sa cái đủ rồi trong đi po in này là cái trần zong cái này vek mà rồi chú cái sa cái này casting live big chọn à thì là lâu sáng thì cái tụm về đàn đó nè mà rồi chú à thiệt tu tết chọn ngày đàn cái này vek thấy khăm mò khăm mi khá chú sao cái facility thì hiện buông mày rồi oh the fans po cái này RIP fans po cái này Evo fans po cái này fans zong cái này vek mò sar ai moi ngày về đàn anh tia ai moi tung ai moi nông mi face sun chicken đó một tí lại thì đôn thì đà DNW hin chicken ê tum tok đó về 3v3 7 kills về ven này bốc DNW and chicken lẹ vậy cho anh champion nó sẽ sáng tổ cho ngày top match là với cái chuyện là ít là bộ cái này chế chế ban thầy sĩ oh sao PUBG PC खेल về खेल ngay lâu PC po cái này lâu vào lâu mấy cái live tập po anh nghe tiếng mang cái streaming thì đủ ăn nên tăng cản tóc thầy trên là
and kind of lean into a no man's land, a little bitty valley between maybe a recess of about, what, 5 meters or so?
It's not far, you're absolutely right. I do see that AWM for Aches left could have a big role to play, plus that level 3 gear. That makes things so much more difficult for Donawa. And you just have to imagine, Donawa's been fighting...
PC जो đủ về, ta cái này PC trả về 4 thằng này lắm à.
How much are they able to scrape off of FaZe, who invested quite a bit to try to knock Donawa out of this lobby unsuccessfully?
Sao ví dụ như RP ngay Evo ngay OG, oh, sao mà RP fans rủ có lên ni anh tiên ni mi, tu Facebook anh đi lom, anh mặc thủy này, oh, tin RIP hi anh lâu mà san ya, tu pun anh trần mà sao berang RIP chu, cái này pun thao, soi trên cái flicker live ada po. Member te po kumakum kan ni lom tika chane la po mo salen ven spectory do nem spectory min duem ka tem pam phartowa blaze hai min du vak lawa spectory han kha blaze kha mod blaze kha mo hawru any team DMW kha nom to lo mi an kap thei lom se a team thado do kan ti ho hi kha to kha ma mi kha ND om thin kha tu te kha DMW mi hi tu te kha lar do thin kha zoom hậu không phải là zoom hậu thì khá không? Sao cái này mình opia? Sao PC chuyện sao mà bor nghe ít đủ đàn ạ? Mà nhìn ấy anh tin là mà nhìn này thấy phát triển tour ở mang ạ hisap à chuan nuôi nhị tal nuôi nhị ina cover tir.
Watching Donawa to try to set up this play around this northern flank.
The other 14 teams right now all rooting for Petrichor Road, hoping the fact that they can find some vulnerability in what Dana was trying to do with the defensive.
Pi cái sẹo ra mà hẳn ngal đun tắc, và tích cáp sẹo ra ba. Cái sản cho cái đủ bắt cho mình đăng ký sản chia tí này là win bùi cái si thank you lúc tục. Sao thank you mình sẽ là vàng in. Sao next cái price pool là sao nghe nói nhỉ? 2 lakh. Nói nhỉ mình số đủ tu về sar. À thà lỗ lỗ kha ít ông về lắm mà. Sao mình đang khất chu lên về đã kha nằm chặt thâu mà xem lúc sẽ có ring lỗ nằm mình expectation mà em lẽ căn tu măng chu. Mà a zong zong chuang ka spec kher in ka ring lawa tin ke ma chau ka ni big lawang spec po M4 mang ka hung masak ber yang a avahanal chiang kap kha tin ning ka ba kap thu vek a hole ao 1v2
And Onyx on a sliver of health, just barely able to best Aches left. Soul wrapping around, trying to buy a little bit of time. And Onyx, does he know the pressure's coming?
nice 1v1 alle tunge ding chang don siat talawe 5 kills 5 kills yolan ne DNW chicken ta an champion an yang a di han
On track for destiny, and Soul does it again, looking to claim yet another MVP title for himself this year.
and then mo ka ju Sarpius ya GeForce nge RTX chu lampok a hello tha po ma ni nei phak lo chu mo
Setup both of these teams had.
sao mình đang đủ tàu đầu về sinh mình về lịch tộc về thông cảm cái hello là cái chú screen po pakhat châu có đủ thầy nè screen pathum về lồng có đủ ta lại main screen này ngay xí ra comments and na hết ta pakhat mà ni khoi nó tụi editing khoi nó tụi cái đủ boka chuan camera tha pani cái đủ ta pani ta lật lem bera pani cái đủ chuan iPad thar cái đủ box ya vắt xiết lồng hel về lâu ti Uttar Pradesh sa live kan phai ngai lo kan lo thlir ve zele sa so puya ke si thank you Uttar Pradesh sa ke Uttarakhand a kom thin sin vele thungina
Insist on that, but I had to stop him. Like,
Dehradun a kom thin
what's that in hand? But
sani za pakhu ma won ve team flick the web khai nge ve dan a nice wow tiang class stream shrim is a 1v3 1v4 Hmuhnawm stream shrim pui shrim dak tu zan live do nem dama kan nom chuang an live do ne guys can advance 500 likes like low 10 minute like success let's go
I expect to be a central one. I mean, we
dar sorry nia rail tuk chuan live to lawang ra la lo live ra live ma teng kan live ang ra live vele kan to bang tin law
bet the circle. Let's see. Do that to make some
ra la live to chuan in bo vek don sia ra te bz te one live to chuan in bo vek ang amo under god so an chet thatran let
yeah.
to
What is
tun group final po hinia karin lo do in mo ka soyang khan khong kan an le lok
going for that healing battle? It has come down to that, hasn't it?
Yeah, this is not what we were talking about when we said the team was doing quite well for themselves. But to be fair, this is also Vacandy, right? This is where heal battles began. This is the map that started that strat.
I don't know if I have to be proud of that, because for the players, for the teams, it's good, right? But for a viewer, that is where you kind of keep on wondering, what are these players doing? Give us some action, give us some carnage, give us some fights. But Gladiators, a team we really need to talk about once again.
khong em point hi
outside, taking that down.
hey matador te tiang tur ka be se mi lawa team flick chung an om ta voi khadan chicken ta placement an sang zo ka point swing ang rang ta team amigos te STS te amigos ai chon insane hi ka be se sang zok ta obsidian te pon ron lang le de team notch hey Nigma Rising a po an main lineup lo zo kan ya tuna hian I position nei sang zo khi so PC ne light chu lang tura ka da hrim hrim ta chuan hey Nigma Rising te po so po kwan da ni ta chuan team Akira te Blaze Up te Morse le undefeated ti te hi sang de tura ka da maro chu day one chawala ni soyang khan Wonder Esports po he ai sang tura chung ka da maro chu an zan ni lo de ni mela team 7 hi chu be se chu sang tu lo team 7 b khi chu karin ai chu nia ka soi chu maro chu day one chawala ni mo day la om don day thum lai lo man la khel don
Carried forward properly at this point. It's a pressure.
Yeah, and we've seen Lynch and Skull for a long time as well.
Oh yeah, Lynch and Skull, they've been there in the scene.
met som pani an la khel don ya nga point table ala dak don tok day 2 a poron in thak kwal le veka nga day 3 le 4 a han khel zo phai dang don tok sa le Hmuhnawm te khan comment khan shave vek ti na nge au ko no ivo ho respect thadu lo an ti an tia o ale lam pon tholo mara William bo vek lo he sara la ga bi je pa chu o khatia zo zo ka thang do lo guys point in thau le ne ala dang vek do ka ti chu de ni thum man la khel don lungai akha ka chuma point table chu
But considering as of now there's absolutely no one there,
team dang tan pool wal na tur lo chen salo malom match som parwan khel do match li ba kan la khel lo ni mo eng po la thleng the e ju healing betalen ring thal hi ama chen ni to boka
More is the total count for the entire squad, and I think it is quite clear because those 10 first aids in the backpack lead us to believe, and in fact he only has one option at this point: go for a heal back.
Yeah, that's one of
ama ro chu hei han team tha de chiang tu tur ani mo
what he was doing yesterday.
Ren final ting khel don sar ni so bo tang 16 mo yes a fine match som parwan khel don lom san tin match lien khel don ni lin dona
But has the shift like you anticipated?
4 4 are 16
So when you go towards Molnova,
if I expect do lo ti se kha jo thing ber fight dan lang ai mi le nem o
had the mega
12 mo ti ai ni lo 16 lom ni zan table lead po khanak tu zan chon lead to lo mai thai riat ani lo sorry nge reflex si han explain te reflex to reflex
on the main island, and 2 players towards the castle area.
sa ra fa kho nge an tur kha chu nakina kan lang lo don yo kai po kala shalo kha kha chu I surprise don
Glitch will be the only team to be able to control that eastern edge. I like
kan 500 likes te ulut to let's go
and I feel like Grid might want to take that objective fight there because we are yet to witness a hard shift.
Yes.
Usually comes around the
Sardik che evo hi speklem thai kan mai ngai lo nei life as fight la tama piang ganen tura ni mai guys ngo
for 5 filter esports.
team hybrid hi khel vem an khelen khel chen mi lo kha hybrid po
Will they come out of nowhere?
apil ni zelo la guys me voi early fight la kha te lo fight la tam tam ani mai fight la tam fight la piang kha kan en tur kha di do top mai ni mo
God's Rain, they are finally
fight la en rang mi rotation siam ka en rang pai hlei ne fight lan om miu chua fight lan om lai mi rotation siam en ka pai lo rim en team lian god like por lut po ni se ka en rang teu lo mai fight an lak lo chuan
but wait, fight breaking out. Gladiators against the players.
miss amon hi ta hian kalamot lo mi nge
The trade was there though. Let's do
ivo in nak tu za na tang kan han lit nga uson expect thiam pa thank you rocket man kha apute a o an van mol thoi da ting thang du sen ti len tin na reverse ngai so rang bi da ti ve zo chi he nom tha ti po ne mi pa ngai tan than du chi po lo an finga chu vain earlier fight an la du lo ivo chu zon to babak fight an la ngai lo sorry zeb lo chu ivo fight an nei live pon expect du lo thin o lo ti me a tin example atu na hen hey headline mi le headline pm is in fight ve ta ni in fight a om ta headline mi fight tu na en lak lawang hian en taila ta mi dang fight de kha fa en do la fight zo en tlang pm last man om chuan ka hoi son chau ani lo chuan I ka kal son me lo fight en like an nei ni chuan mo sar mi lo ed ve engma mo sanga tinga san hok le weekend ding atingan khel ngai lo wa nian khel tir lo hello le grand final an khel don em ti subscribe ru kol tak ka nia min mo thar ka ti au ine don zo kha ka id chu o kai pon hei ka khel ngai lo hi game apo ka nom le ne mai
taken by Shogun, and now Justin goes for a push, realizes he is outnumbered. A preemptive nade being cooked, the damage still upon him. He's gonna lob it towards the players of
Ngan nei ta vong man lo
anything. He gets destroyed. The numbers at one.
BGMI ni za bakum bon zia ka bon ti ve tham nice to lo ti taw lo ula mit palian nei lo fight pathum rual en thainang PC gaming lamte ngai ngai dan thank you for the donation and poni se JC la ro sang 123 thank you for the donation PC gaming lam hi ka vasaril lu to lo ai PC ma din nei lo phei chuan mo game se ka khel lu tuk lo ta PC ka khel nuam ka khel la sa thin ber jo FIFA ni mai chu po eng kha khami controller kha eng lo eng an ti kha khami kha ka mang thiam lo ai keyboard atang kam ka khel thin nang nen than mual ma sim han dun ka nuam nge than mual la chuan ka nuam lul lo ve ti lul lo ve den to em than mual man lo chak te chu morentic lo thei sa le na in swali la mi zo wa jang klen thau an ming chu soi lo mang fight an nei just special hi tha ka ti sa mi lo mod ve te ti ringot Amel khat em kha sar sa khel do em khel evo lo pon an khel vek an khel chu game te chu ma se I next G chun khel do lo kha kan pinang khan road map pa lo zain chu sa ha poi hal do em kum to pa ka pe te lo me ritlan ol dam lo ol dul tu FFE ki speed den tu nge FFE khoi FFE ka lo en lo re comment dot ka lo ena nang nen ram hoi liam kon fan dun kan wom nge den to thin ve sexy lo thei em ya sa ku vai hem ka I lo sorry tun to ni gen so de voice pack am mang lo cho ni voice pack pon ra la hi lo thur bing deuh thin la chu tia kan ngot thei hei ne mi pakhat tan chawin tor ni hi kan en lowa kha chu hriat thiam ve tur mo guys mi pakhat tan chaw kan en lei nem tor ni hi mi sang sang khel ti hi kan hriat thiam ve ngai ni
This is a very stressful situation. Your teammates are almost 1,000 meters away and you're forced to hold on.
Sarlum kha khum kha ban sem em cái tiếng hi khum nom ka thi lên thì fan hua te kha mi lo present dui nom jong ka pom na kan ne tiang si si ai vo ho ta mi su ni ka hi sa music play thi na mi eng ti zong in keyboard thi ka ti keyboard te ka ti keyboard thi ka thiam cha guitar ti ve zo zo wa sa Manchester United fans mi ni yes em ai hi min lo som jok se bỏ chung bớt đồ ha, tụi ta bên trên cái lồng, chú làm bao lâu cái mà rồi có phải là khoa tiết thì có, mà nature, mà gì đâu, người tôi này tôi làm cái gì sao nắng nên xem muốn có đúng nắng miang, zoom tour pon kal phải là Ronaldo nghe Messi, Ronaldo le, cái jersey number 7 vek coi cái jersey.
Right, especially when Stellar Titans decided to go for that push in.
Cái jersey cái đàn nào hay đâu? GDR2 sun dei to kha, lấy to smo. Sari promo tin ka ring. Ti hian in khom lo kan in khom ti na ni deuh me, ni deuh top mai ni hi sari hian I vo huan mel vek to lo min zot thing thei lu tu kha. Zoram par bye bye mi lo ti sak san te zoram par bye bye. Sa tu ngai bial nu soi chi na zoram jom be sai je la chuan fliga ba kan ni thei lo Chelsea fan hi chu galungai United fans di po hey relu ha em mai ni isa po kan chak lo le to sa Mizoram jom Manchester fans tam ber garing Mizoram lo po kan tamalom Ronaldo bomber Messi thiamber Messi thafe gan ta zo de zu thakan ti ber vekalong đi cái lỗ mà cái chọn fight đi anh lạc lỗ lại khăn fight đằng anh chinh cái tí zo expected in fight chọn anh lang top zel to tu pon in fight chọn lang top thọ rồi anh lấy football thì em cái là sao Sarah là kít đi em và buổi thác to thì anh vài cái ai nấu bằng kít cái này tu kít mà cái này đâu Messi nga Ronaldo lâu ti ho kha chu game crash line en ngai lo ne mo sa tu ngai tran ber lâu ti le to sa min wa ngai lo ngai tu ngai tu Messi chu FIFA lam zo te du ta lo mani sa e so vero ma hira la boss that's rain po hi tun la hi an kheli chang hian a zoi le tla za Equinox game ang laudang ha kut dang hin hotam sial lutok. Thank you guys 500 likes kan lo kai der mai van lom em sanu pi nei to em nei love nei mar chu lum thiam ber keep rolling sa mini nun nang korte sia zo ma lo mizor ma zo fle ba kan te lo me zo download ta print so ka me chung se chiam ber apong am lo ground high ground so ke ve zo top ani ber mai tu lai Messi zoi em mai an kum ngai to chon Messi kum som thum paria da kai ve hun som thum ko kai hun kang hak lel khop mai Ronaldo ang hian ani thai ngam ti hi ne ngam kras da ro te lo lang suk zel lom oji le GDR le OR an tu sun to no e korte du ke korte haters gonna hate and potatoes gonna potate
his team together, still holding the flank all alone against the players of ASG.
God like han khel to do lo mun le Nirvana mi zo chuan ka trouble mai lo mo to nai chuan
Oh, the
wo
M4, it's gonna be aimed,
thi
but
to
no,
ami
Pegasus
a
is
Ivon
fine.
khel re lo ti la avan kap fe daljit singa chu
Now this is
avan kap em daljit kha tu han forex spray kha ten lu tok mutria den mutria top mai ni sar ma ngai na ai tla to em o
outside the zone and they have to get in.
isa zo min ta ma chuan
They do want to
chu
force a fight.
thiam
Best
khop mai
way
ha
is perfect option.
sa nga nge just in ti kher just Sonic ti ma o at sial tu lam Sonic ti ngat lo khan ma se game
Hunting them down, chasing them.
sial mo JUS T ti ai khan JUS so ka mang ta ne yo vo lo khel chu a tu na he chon mi zo adiot lu kan nam lang ka ria time out ti cha ka mi sa ke ko te zang e ne o ka lo thar le nga he Christmas ten hai sia
This is where things
len event ma phe cha thar le nge khe ngai bilo sponsor du te no min ke korte man hi pakhat hi zanga tanga zarukin kar vela ni min sponsor chak reu te no min ke korte hi
in front of Surya. He's managed to get one. Can he get a
arong ang zo in ka lo lem lo adum hi ka hatlang pui mo I ma se brand hak big ka nei ke korte hi chu
The opportunity to secure those elimination points later.
brand hak big hi ka nei ta ni chu
Also, down to their last surviving player, which is Draco in the back line.
ato just Sonic equal to Sonic ni god Sonic ani ti rang khan mai mo just Sonic equal to Sonic ni god ato na je le phot mang o zalen nan zan mut
right elevation?
chia ngai zan khat mut chia ngai to ke po le ha zo trap o de lam khel to do lo ka style la ma se la full lo la tel lo heritage kit o evo first den ti eva cringe trian te vega ne trian te tha de to zo man soi do lo ting netflix ang era la ti te zo ra ha ti ang zo thin ho ka in thluak kham hong ve de or mi pa in ke korte kan hangai lo o lo ti bal ton o aba boy thak do the among je mi khai hak thin ka Misli saya under ke korte min sponsor chak ri wi ga ri ale avan nei thachia ko khoi tang ron vom lu tu ra avan nei thave pu so he oi si go train alu tu ni hi alle khami lo
Where the player is, the jump shot with the DBS.
avan thachia jam shot dbs ka
A brilliant finish.
sar mai chen en ti to oh va thing tak a gum thum ju jo to em kha po chang do lo ke korte mong zabe do em ha mai do mi o Nirvana de chu ti wan be wa pop tu mi pum man lo dom ti to thin em o Sonic a hi ka voi khat mu na ka choi zuk mai ti khang na Venom u hi nakina Venom u live a ron tilang o ron live a ilu khum khai tar mi ta mi o lo ti mi sem san bikini hatrin Supreme ke korte du em du lo adap om mai ti live la Supreme tin sia khoi chu hangam teu lo mai za thak a
Because everyone will be forced down the hills that they are holding. They will be
I hemi a screen pum te hen ka face cam te hi handa ve thai se thatur ne tara stream champion support si lawa
against the players of Nate.
miss ms adap miss ms ti ngai miss ms lom tro ani lo mi miss ms ti ngai du mo sa rala miss ms ti ka miss ms ver mi mai super light chapali du em o mi zo tu ma ti one player ti a soi thai an lo sanang chu tara ke korte kha in ram berang bole ha ve na sa thilom tara ke korte kha bo lo sa bo sms a sms a ti la dikanga taka
been interested in healing.
ka hak nu haro o cậu than boy mi o ra la mi sms ti ve mi ame o oh sarfli ka hi rp trang tinge an san de le an sang po ni lo rip mi zo ti le rip mi zo ge ka tiang ti ai chon an ti a nang lo sang an a chan chu contract an chu tlang pui sia kha bang kha niang ke ko te hangai lo Sonic an ne lo ti mai a mi san te chu miss sms a mi san thau se ma se a to pa ti thong ai
We're looking for.
sai mi zo
I think this also helps them realize that there is a line of fire that Big
Ah,
Brothers
Tiphala.
have towards the top of that hill.
Psych, they're a patty in the sandwich.
sai tan zo na om na chan sa sanga
Where to run or
sang em
I think
ôi bé bay cái một thiểm lâu đấy đang assign khi Ghost Rain mi pakhat hi healing battle bay ni hi Tony chu reverse na khel tha thei ber mai hiang ka sia poi mong ngoi bi khang sia tu la jo reverse khel sel to form lo de ne din ai gupta ti ke gorten hung ai ziak oh mate in ai gupta kalo me za sarbi jama nang dor ngai dor ve thin ne ngom zia sa sani chu ke gorte hang ai lao elastic chia rek Ating zani cho dio timi vo mi nge ve da ka soi mun ton duan dio zu cha bu ka soi ne deu to ka soi ne deu to mi se me single em oho kha chu a chan tur sarji soni ka chu sama oila mum hun don o boy cha sam lo oi mi pai ti lak ma na han ko na lo ka sama sei ve lai khan hei ka hong khu vek thin ta ka zu thin ta sam hi ka ma hok thin na moข้าหุ่นไล่กันจวนก็ขนาดออยล์เฮียนกับเจียเวทินเมื่อตอนนี้เกมมันโดนเราตรวจสอบ yes สาร PUBG ไง BGMI PUBG อังคันแล้วนี่เร่งสักทีกันจูนี่น้อง BGMI บักตั้มอัปเดตแต่ชัดให้สิดิมเด้งสมเสไล่ปิกจูกันหัวจักสีนางเซเวซุกเซลมั้งเบงแต่พอฮิตเตียนักขู่แวดเดาติทรินลำให้ลำฮิตเตียซุ่มขัดตามั้งเตียนตุกหุ่มลำฮิสาริสัมวาร์ไลขานกูวันให้ตัดมีโอ้สัมวาร์ไลเตะเราสวยต่อไม่ที่ลุยสวยเราตัวก็บอกไล่บอกเห็นต้มเวทีเนี่ยต้มเตะเวทีเนี่ยอ๋อเอามาทิ้งตัวตักซาส่วนนี้ซิงเกิลเล่มตัวเบี้ยนั่นตีโอ้ซิงเกิลโลตาราเกี่ยวกับเตะขัดสู้เล็ดลิงซองหักส่วนอารัดโอ้เราคู่มังหินนี่ไหมที่เฮียน้องอ๋อสารตู้สารนี่สเปกข้างเลยแหละต่อนิสานพวกhanนัดชกนะกับไอ้พวกนัดชกนะไอ้จุนกระโดดสตรีมมาหมดตัวไล่ก็จ้าวลุดตัวที่ก็ตักใส่ตัวลุดตัวก็จ้าวลุดตัวเลยว่ามาดูนักตู้สารจุเดี๋ยวผมต่อเราตัวละไม่ใช่ละสารที่สวยไล่ก็ใช่เราไงโลเคชั่นจุสวยเริ่มชวนจดมุนักก็จดมุนักสมเสร็จแล้วจะไม่รู้แต่ให้นางบอกชุดที่อย่างนี้นะว่าใส่เลยเนี่ยเบกขู่โจกแล้วก็ตลอดที่ไหนก็เบกติดตุกไอ้ก็ห้องที่ไหนมาฮอกทีนะก็มาฮอกทีนะหมดเตียนมาฮอกตามอ่ะไอ้ก็นักสมันตัวยังไอ้อุ้ยอมเวบิ๊กจูไว้ป้าในเราหนักตัวเล่งนี่ละแข่งสำดอนนี่โซ่หมักสักลมเด็กเชี่ยไหมอัดชิงเล็ดขโมยล็อกให้กันดิลิสักล็อกก็เดี๋ยวหมดที่นมคาเตียงได้รู้ดิลิสักล็อกอัดชิงเล็ดเตียงให้เอามวยเราให้นับเป็นซุกคุ้มตัวมาโซนิกเบสไซเจลมาดิกสารนังมาเฮียมีโฮมอินติทรินค่ะอินติค่ะปลดคาเฟ่ด้วยงานโฮมไม่ได้ไหมที่ส่วนเราเฮ้ยแต่สิกิมไงค่ะหิมาเลยอัดล้างเวลาพุทธร์ไม่รู้ไอ้ตัวแต่พวกอังเรียวไงเหรอเบกินจังเรากาฟันโอ้ยเราเปิดตู้ปุ่งไอ้ที่สตูเนี่ยค่ะอังเวียวังสัมเสลายชนโอ้ดิกที่เราสาริจ้าวันนี้โอ้คำเวทก็มาจะสาริสเปกบางอย่างเป็นเราเนี่ย thank you ได้เลยจังจันดอนดูนะจังดาร์การสมที่ปลีอันจันดอนมิสซาร์มาเขาก็อินทิเวตโม่โอ้ริวาร์สเคิลทะเลวิทยาโมคลาสสิกเคิลทะเลมาเซตตัวนี้เคิลเทน่าเคิลเซงไงเราตุนไล่ตัวนี้เคิลเสียดิเสียกันเห็นเราเสียก็ให้ลุตุกริวาร์สไปก็ให้เราเสียตัวไล่ฟอร์มเราลุตุกติฟอร์มเรามาฟอร์มมาพาเราลุตุกริวาร์สปอร์ตกัดสปอร์ตก็ฮาวน่าซาตุนให้เล่มินารอนเสียเลยต่อซาบิซายเมดัลลิละตัวเงี้ยซัลโลร์ก็เราเวกเองเมดัลมาอีฟุตบอลแชมเปี้ยนเมดัลเชียกันละอาซา football mà champion medal chứ cái này cái striker nó champion medal chứ cái này sai ta du khai tar mi tami ô to mày à không nghe PGC khan kiểu dấu to mi bố đấy anh lệ hết làm hi lộc anh lệ mấy mèo Xbox của model này về đô này em पैसा cái này lô sao cái đặt chu lộc play giúp là guitar cái này lô này là trong play giúp sao har về giúp sao lâu cái xin football champion à hết ta có con lâu cái trophy anh lâu anh cái cái medal tên đồn tên chú ina cái đã đây có one drop vào cái đã anh khó nghe tao nói người tao sao bao giờ mà giúp mà rất là ít rồi ta cho game hết sẽ một lâu thì bây giờ cho hẳn form lâu rất form is temporary anh mà rồi cái bao giờ cái đột tha đột đột tha tụi bọn này là vàng sao thăng liền này hi ở ruồi mình tung ra thăng liền à mà nó bây này invent in năng lâu tìm mấy à
Slep going to go ahead and get the opening knock in this one and going to be cresting into the absolute worst section of this one. You can see Petrichor Road already where just going to go ahead and surrender that little bit of an area for right now. Instead, repositioning around. It's going to be having on one side of it. Glass needs to get something here. He's already up there, but Molotov's going to go ahead and block him out entirely. Low ground. Heaven has got to defend him right now.
Rồi nó phải light tất cả device trong lệ truyền hiện buổi thao. Device này lâu kha chú cái mà châu này lâu guys. Chỉ là lâu soi tàu kha. Sao blurry po lâu chơi thầu game thum kan chơi về như rằng han update thar piang yang game crash tam trim BGMI update om roll chia khan iOS boy update om tak update về ta update vang hin yang thar sai về rang la no watch party ka PC tournament mi yes sai lúc khum khai tar mi ta mi no sao miss Emerson Sony cái độ thật độ và hành động cho om là wardrobe à thế hành đã đấy wardrobe thì hành cái room mà cái đã ta anh lâu nó cái này này cái room mà anh nghe thiếu anh thấy là trophy case anh chỉ thì mấy anh hết tiền hành ta nó tụ cái này lâu lắm nghe cái room mà cho tiền wardrobe cái đã pay khẩn với cái hàng ba cũng là su rek đan tụt bao cái này này cái wardrobe khẩn thôi su rek tệ cái xe mà này so the people gonna be ripping at others hát là nol mày mà rồi PM sắm xây lại PC là trong bữa này ăn thấy gì khá lâu thì mẹ room host là ban PM hay room host trên lâu sấy lẹ chỉnh mày box xia game chúng tôi mà cho team play hiện trả mà thêm video là bây giờ còn phiền hiện vai là bây giờ không có không lâu đâu có tiền game anh ha và chúng ta mà làm không bao giờ làm những hàng đó các bạn ơi đầu tàu xả ra là nghe Hmuhnawm thì đủ rồi nè Hmuhnawm thì là nhìn từ bro cái bro rap thắc đặt pen thân mình lo sponsor rồi sao cho anh em rất cái gì nghe trội trình hả nghiêm gì à rất vô đồ tròn đông lòng sao vẫn lại ở khan rồi kia mà sật sàn thì anh ấy tung ra rồi kia mà so về rang hay nè cái mà là disable lẹ lúc ngay guys action thì anh nằm kha đây là vắng like lâu lẹ subscribe lâu tên mình lâu tị sạc zero guys let's go nặc tu giả nào nó live trên lẹ đón group final sao đến có nghe Hmuhnawm thì cụ và hệ thì dọc when Evo can beat it, believe me Evo will be the best squad in the world và hắn nó sẽ về bụi gì cái hell tụi lòng buổi sao nó quen món gì in hạt thầy
Western shifted away from their positions. They tried to rotate into danger. Speaking of rotate into danger.
Yeah, Jinji wants to go to the north of this one and
người đàn dịch tất cần rất chắc Tony giàu sẽ cắn sợi đôi này hay làm chỗ anh Tony nó bên giàu sẽ tuần điểm hụna chuan anh splitting về là ngã chuan team flick khi amoy cái tìm bell amoy thua chuan mà mình sang đây bỏ hiệu mà một lần thì và chính tỏ trên ta cả lá mà như in hạt thầy chưa Arin gon he zo Brazil live watch party la ho under pen do tham mấy ha cái gì cái live ngày ông cái số ba in đủ về rất là bị lâu thì lên tan pon cái bia.
Like they might be playing this a bit more aggressively. 3 members moving into this line, realizing, hey, these guys are weakened. If we can get a lucky nade in this, it's just going to cement our future that much more.
Onyx going to be getting very close, potentially within grenade range. The res did just come through. Circle's going to go close to Lumberyard. In the northeast corner, the Lumberyard remains, but more towards the Milta direction. So Cerberus, firm control over a really powerful spot on the northern side of the city proper. Danoa's got to be careful. They're in the low ground. They're underneath Tianba. This fight's going to have to kick off very well in their favor if they're going to make it happen.
And they're still going to have to shift back over after Petrichor Road. I wouldn't be surprised if they just commit in and try to get these points so that way they can have something, make sure that they're securing some type of points moving in, because after this it's going to get a lot more precarious for them to try to navigate as multiple teams could be gatekeeping out. Salut's already going to get spotted, so that means that their backup plan is already now gone. Daytrade needing to make their move into the circles. We just see Tai Lu.
Sarmezia vi nghe total nghe Royal Fuis nghe chu Royal Fuis phei chu ka thelo vi ka zungai lo e ka ti chuak zel zo viral surprise zai na group file khang khel do nem ki khel do lo kan pin kha sar comment ni cheer pe hi fans ngai tu na I fel kan ti casting ti lai chon in thread to casting ka ti lai chon comments pakhat ba ka cheer lo ang vel aniang a chan chu delay lo mấy ba ka casting ti lai chon game a kan concentrate na tia casting ti lo live me a chon comment share har lo ma sa casting ka ti to chuan lo la na thin lo ula a chan chu game a kan concentrate na ni 600 likes kan kai trip me a like lo kan lo mia lem evo chu small zone chin an che bon zual thin ari sa team thim a hian len event champion turai rin team ni kan tha cha kan khel to dana tu tenge in el berai rin china team li so yang evo mizo team flick rip mizo le x7 amaro chu engma soi lok thaini lo grand final loot se grand final group final khel zo se khang ha chu kan englo le don a loot atang sorry fans and thank you Sarlen kalau ludru harvia wang
They don't know who's holding up this high ground position. I don't believe they haven't seen the knocks coming out, so they've got to be very, very cautious. Instead,
sar soni hi gala kal jilanga kom chak ti pui chak ka nga veo mai chi don mi anh kal chil f chu
gonna go ahead spot one. Anant's gonna have a nade thrown his way. The curve not gonna be enough, but the blue zone is gonna be ticking. He's gonna go down.
man down chiang ve
Some trouble.
gold flag tuber kan sum nei na phalo elar zovara LRM hospital la sonic and ve zoila le khazir ma hun lo men po lo lang ve le lol ai kan lana PC PUBG chu Hmuhnawm big ve an DMR mang hi ke chu Hmuhnawm ka tia mo ka en na sa it's abahan tam ve sar tawmi YouTube ho ni kha hawru YouTube x7 ni garin ai nan khel thada izel kai chu an khel chathin zo katia amalama ka elo ena te semi final ate khan san chu players aggressive an game Hmuhnawm fight Hmuhnawm thin ni team x7 ni ka live en na sa chuan in riat ka ringa I an game Hmuhnawm zia fight an lak na sa zia le tiang veli ka soi na sa thina sar tablet da BGMI khel to tablet ti iPad ka mang tablet chu kala mang ngai lo mezo te eng lo in sar tun to ni khel to china players mala tung identity bear ka soi thiam to divide hayati levin chaisara dio ra la khel thaboka chuan x7 a hian two face a khel tha ka timboka soi mei pok nei nualang en class ne kal meka master PUBG PC player duber PC ka en tamlu tuk lo guys tu hi ani deuh mai ka en na sat zual lai tu na la khela chon TG tu kha TGL TNT mi kha am hi ka rai thela hi han lam mai har sia vi zoom mek vi cái chỗ dùng ai lo cái chuột ra blaze up pon cheme lo blaze up hian blaze up khan chuat zual te a le tu kha haze in ti khan langsar bok ngai pet ngai mana air 3 pre-roll h da la eng ma chu tia eng ka da thei la eng lo eng om pok tha lo eng h nge ron lang pok tha lo ke chu dang na tap an la premium ka manga h ke ngai lo bo ka tha lo re sa tun to ni player sim mai dream team min lo fil dream team tia than haran thal thup ka sina ka soite ta hau kha ka dream team hlom ti te an thalom team la ta an khel nuala hriat ngai lo an ron bon a chung housing a cha x7 ho hi an ron den so far ma se number 1 ho thai ro karing chu lo tu face den fala x7 te chu team hlun le team thal team char lo man ni zo lar sa lo man ni x7 te pe chu kan hriat lar lut tu ko lo mo bây giờ do zual te le kila lang server zo kilia til tu lo pe chu tu na ka thir to china ni chu ke chu ron soi kha chu blaze up lam ka ron soi kha chu sa po le na isia em hau chil taran le chim ro chuan ha po do rat le man yang nge dan phala ni hlei ne BSI jeli Mizoram Sonica sa tek ke sa challenge som ve do nem kamen channel a khan mo tu na hian 20k chu kan pel to thei kan pel to ang kamen channel kha cheta sia ei channel tharania kawi ang reng khop me tu 10k subs kan em le me kan nia challenge senge eng mo tak ron ti te chu kan la tu mang chu han kai thei chu han tro iPad M2 howi mang vero thal to ka sin 90 fps ania lein tu mi lo sponsor la sumo om lo ni ka ot ve lut tuk mo iPad athar te chu sorry channel no ma se screen sticker hi an hoi lama om ve ta se nom zong em le ka tume iPad guys iPad chu ai asi ang hoi kan da don chon a mu shom don a pher don na kha Sablari hian a full screen abahan chiang me kha chu Sablari hian a full screen tatle min hai enge a phek deuh hi in thatia bam vi zungai lo ma se vi zo chu a be she lo nia tin tho ya me zo ke sir legend shang bay shang bay de por lang ve le lol mai hey dx shang bay khai ni tro ini sar le na en ke sara Sablari na min don kha po ma la soi lok thai lo Sonic Group Final khel do lo mi zorin khel don lo yes
with some very sneaky angles can absolutely rip apart Petrichor Road, but let's not forget about T5 in a much more elevated position.
PC tian an turu je wa sum involve tam je tian mi players pakhat tan ran PC pakhat than da len event an khel chu ni phone aya thil har sa tur ania ma Sir like sang puya thank you 600 likes kan kai zoi thei ngam blaze up chuan game an no pangchia ka ti thade ran khel thu ta nu anoi do an khel la game ngat an la nei lo ka ti tun group final ka thir china chuan mo game consistent la lo vek RIP ka en vek lo ta an game khat chen ni zang kan en awain ka helu tuk lo ta ka en china ni chu ka ron soi min se vel lo train tak opi ke sa seng bai ni tro dik seng bai kha enge mo shel long le wa offer tak seng bai ate zong wa players lar ma sapol players bon ma sapol ha sar du pine huna mi lo som please te reng bai blaze up te zo an thar ven ni lom ni thar lut tuk lawa ka hello ka chelo blaze up hi ka la bel lu tuk law zia ber zo chu RP ho hi an lar thi na min ol pui nei ve nge ang ma se ke slide hian tan bi ka ma tong kam ai ngai loi fakom thank you ka chiar pol ni hi sami zo ke sa joy comment view and give Hmuhnawm number tin tan zong te po in nei ve nge ang ma se ke slide hian tan bi ka ma tong kam mai nei hi ngai lo hi fak chuan te pau tu thank you zia ber zo chu RIP team flag of mi zo mo sang ho yan lar thin am no pui ria dan ni bokang x7 zo selo kan tam ma zo kang khel thang ro chu kan thave kang x7 player chu in thave kang karing nia la selo pon am mai thaya mo 600 likes kan kai trap ragat san nen in o in ang ve trap in o style nen eu te de me sorry when zang gu fan am dolom yes kha kan pin kha o guys kan pin sar chu email class lo ve oh phone I har sa chu nang ma hemi hi lo menge kha tiam bial thin khale an class mai man thil spec dan hi up tin an media team te an pui ti rian na te an update ha zung zung an lo chut ha vek mai na kian kill nei eng lo zong zong ne 5 kills ti te mi kha 17 kills nge an cherang len event a pote update zung zung media ringot poi khoi tun tam don sia hi ma seven players chu Mizoram team chamber pakada khel thin ho lo man ni South Australia nge India ha ngam zia Australia eng ka khathiam lo kha chu sanimara jong he hari nine khel thon players and in an main line up in ya first day ron khel sia kan thro chiang tu ron te de sa kha kang lawa e thro chiang tok atia ma se so khan ni thu ma lo mo zan tin game limit som pahin la khel do eng po la thleng thei ni ha kha chu an second line up tun din muna chuan an khel thari zo tun group F 600 likes kan nai lut tuk blurry channel dengan lo riam H1K4 khata khami ne han ni kho kan live kho sar Francis ne desha thana va har ve kha chu sar chu email chemel ma se thra han ti turem chun lo ma se nang wa sar tu ka chanel wal mai va lo mom ve sar ma tang specto thina mi ti thang me le thiam boxia o kha ka main channel zo sam gaming pa ngai kha 15k kan pel nu khan ka channel kha chiam mo ke su ka ti ve na re to ka bei na re ve to so yang khan mi zo hi ti pe tak pe hi kan pe thin lawa e ka bei rei to kai po sang ni som kwa ipad te ka laita khang hun lai tang hang ka ti ve to thin ni ka bei ve na sa i ai tuna te jon nang ni hote po mi lo hre ve to lom oma ma phei chuan takar riat te ka live a 50 views te po kan nei ting lawa tiang khop chuan i ka bei rei ve to ka top lawa ka top san lawa tin RIP horit in riam RIP horit in the train kha horit kha she no mem lo chang a sia ka no mem sa soning ne ji min lo soi zau sak the mi zo chong ne mi zo ram lo da a tel thai on mi eng ti zo a tel thai ti na nge next ji sim sim chu mi zo eng lo ta a tel thai ti chu mi zo ram pon zong zong po o ka lo lang le lok hun lom mi lo lang ro mi zo ram BGMI chu saring go travel avan nei tha mem kha chu Reggie 7x player to G, huh? 7x ah. So 6 pack in AM, ka college ka lai chon nei ve thin. A Korean lampang ho li rian fan san nei thain ka rian aw ring ka rian. Sarbi Jim India series kai ke sura ka lo ring venia. Sarji spec om na ngai tu angai don mi borok hot tron reu sam oil su ka lo supply mai ka no na za tang next ji dar ing sa tang a dar kar som ni palin nu atang in o next ji chu an khelle tran tur chu an khelle tran tur chu yes RIP horit 2020 chove la mi kha horit akha hai PTG kan ni ta PTG tu thleng kan om ho vek ta horit hi PTG tang RIP lu chau khan ta horita hi casting min lu tir tu o horita shetan horita hi casting min lu tir tu ni ama hian he smoke enge kha gas bomb ti nang e molly ni kha molotov mole al lo mole khu mole e horita hian PTG kanom hot a kan neng lo tan tir hian clan war kan nei ta ka life mai mai angai jo khel pe lo ka ti kha kan ti sin mai mai a omelette ar ke ta Sonic i titlang ro casting hi atia min nor le thiam lo chu tiang ka thiam hlei ne ka tia soi ve na sa ni ma se mi kha support ai mi kha fui thiam ve khop me titlang roi ti tur chi ni he te fiam thu de te po khan me han tia ga han ti lui kha ti khan aron ti chau ve ani ber o horita tangin sorry fans tangin chon te min lo ti sak ve locks chuan te anh tiếng nghe cái tỷ đòn ô xoắn te hay lâu bye bye sẽ sao cho số bị thiêm em thiêm về lâu te bị trồng đuôi đuôi rồi mình đang khát sấy check lâu ngu guys Zain an kel don em next G group final Dakar somni palit nuwa A to Z kha kan post vek kha chunga kan pin kha sarnai na ti to bla ngoro chu tiang mem chu live lawang sar one view to try ti ber mi zowa sonic hi thaga ti ber mi zo ke so rap moda ke si tu ti chuangel le so le an chi sa le kha zir do lo mi zir do ne hay kan top trap 600 likes kan kai zuai thing em 518 to guys kan van teu em về mà mẹ like lâu tới kan lâu là om chuan không em lâu like sak zel then mo anh nor pop pop to mày lo da or divide lâu tỷ lệ ta I'm fine. Oh, 1v1 to. Anin này em rame. Có vara này zo ga ron chua mi alo tu ra ni man mol tak. Mấy sinh sang khel don le. Bầu ruột xuất sang nè ta tu thar cái này lo là Brenda Brenda tây nị hi now seal Brenda ý nị hi nhiễm không ô nị now seal Brenda tây sao nuôi khởi casting chuột sân rồi tay lấy chuột sân anh em no nuôi khát khăn milo sponsor là casting hi anh nghe Alan dan te PC te bokan lấy zo nga improvement om zo kang Arab lampang anh kal lai duai zo lo wanga aw terma sar Israel nge Hamas kamu ang sei ti kha eng hei mo hei bak ta tu cái này là tôi ra mình này khá dễ tự trẻ cái thế lắm hay đã riết là lâu đâu nghe thì bắt tipon hay nó tao đàn đi 600 likes cái lỗi là guys căn bản cái tao em like lâu tao mình like sao rồi em ruột đi cái room mà châu chơi nghe ngày đàn mình lâu châu rồi sẽ cái cho cái châu lâu về khơi về ngay chọn Hmuhnawm văn bốn về chắc bông là pa malco và pek mấy chị girl I've been looking for you right there ti lâu mang evan doi khamin huwa dang ka ti doi ti kha kala ti lei ne hei tai chut ka tuma kanau thalak kala chulo sarngen exam don master sarin so chu ngam don time ngam lo mai tu ma ka chau lo phone lại computer lại to sar ten to tri ve thank you let's go 600 likes kan lo kai ta an lo mem ma ro chu god like khan khel to match ni zel chen khel don ti na mi ha Brenda khai in shell hom em milar biel nutin BGMI IGN mi zo hi rap ke som hasa mobile legend lam zo ka shami ala
WSB are really confused, Salty. You know why? Last game there was no movement. Snai was completely vacant.
Ngồi là Brenda kha cute te mai ne kha bem ru a single line ni kha
where we did not have those two teams, they would have instantly gone in, rammed on towards the god building and would have taken control. But now they have to think twice before making such a movement. But Team Clue they've not had the best of days. They've been seeing being a little bit
internship post stipend period of internship 1 year opening date ni khat thlasom pani
yeah.
closing date for applications.
I mean, it was understandable to be honest, but the circle is still fine. I think it kind of allows
Chennai internship ati theini hi kum khatan stipend per month sing ni sang ni zanga
for a while right now. I think even the next circle will
ka deal ve du ngano tila casting kat chol sanangai don sia na
in Yasnaya, they're also not going to move. I can see Gil inside his vehicle, so I think Team Newman might have plans to extend.
let's go. Thank you guys. Oh, for 600 likes kan kaya sar mi zatlom da hil som nung rang ro oh thank you what di comment tang bel pan nei chu fu vak lawang oh ka lai don sar ge ngai tel to em oh den to thin ve den su sete chu kala nei ve lom ati khang la a branda a milar bel pa milar chu thin chu tha duem ka han da lang zoi do mi an pania tuyen cheng lai kala nei ve lo mo tu tim bia su
Spread over there and does different have rotation paths. This time around, the flight path was too much skewed onto us.
swimming pool lan anom lai kala nei ve lo mo
In contention as we have the first build-up of the fight, ladies and gentlemen. You've got Team Blue and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but even before I actually found out,
Siamo la Brenda
we are Titans.
mit timia su chak la bang không có kan hai sợ đâu về tiếc cái tiền đâu về
Titans, but hold on.
chạy ron ru sao gu bê lan dần in hiện kinh nghiệm đồn thì mặc tổ thì về sao miệng ra ngay thả tổ ô nghe mà cho nó cái thật nhầm tao được xem tổ lâu
That grenade and it goes in.
làm ăn này trở về FS win game van mu nó em hay hi FS esports sinh khăn hay flick cái khéo nó clean kha flick cái chuan hua and players thar hậu anh hi anh chỉ nạp pohan kha den do kha 7 solo kills kha
But it seems like Lucknow Giants, they definitely are going to struggle. But the only thing he has to do is to find that one knock on towards Turbo. Possibly, things will be evened up fixes.
Dom does not have
sao xí khá rồi 8 em ai cho 8 tuổi mà sẽ cho tiếng cả vậy về lâu
gonna make that first dazzle way out in the open.
à hot chia nghe
Will instantly get traded off as FS. That was a clean squad wipe.
Oh my goodness. Team FS Esports, they certainly have taken aggression to a different level.
khát thì tụi mò ai gì à cái rồi live group mấy tụi xin cái rồi tar về nghe exu reverse x thì cả là alar lu tục ô Sara lại cho em ô lâu thì to mà tu mà cái cháu nào
This does happen. Fixes one player who just outshines the team, but then he outshines for that one single game, inspires everyone
3 hours
to come at
tiếng
that
là lo
level
là sẽ
and play in unison. And it seems like FS Esports, they've been hit with a similar thunder strike.
Newman khăn xin ăn một tí là ăn table lead make tu khăn nhé
Feel like they
mà tiệt tên khéo trần mà khăn
are manifesting everything and they're trying
sol po he god like anon le pel thei menga an huai che an chung che khang god like khan ma
with two knocks.
sar ngai don tha don ha ngam zia
And then it was a trade-off, and Dazzle did get taken down.
ka va thiam ta lo ve zone here on import le dei le lo mo le center circle kal sar good luck milau ti tui sakha good luck so kan khong kon bang chia ka ron en le ngal che ew fel to thin big ve khom ma ri lui pe tak mo
Very dicey right now because
overboard la reverse extend ti
is not going to be the real challenge. The challenge will be if Team Hub
sarin sual don tai la nge chak zong o hei la hi chiang lo riau hian chiang lo riau mai
teams in their front lines already. They've got Clue, they've got Claw, they've got FS Esports.
reverse x chu ni lo ma sa milar chu ni brenda kan soi mai do mi in thala kan da lang zoi mai do mi mo brenda tui cheng lai thala kha
Are at a shelter entrance, and it seems like Team Soul, possibly for the first time, they are finding a location here.
eu
No, I think they did this.
ngoro lek ngoro lok chuan te pau tuin
I think it was a guess.
nak tu zan ngoro enting ron ti hi
Team Soul, they like to hold out.
nak tu zan kes ngai nom tak ngai thak thei nan ku man tu ra ron tia chuan te pau tuin cheng sa mi ron ji pe kam han lom tak em thank you for donation ma ro chu ku va ka ngai lo wa sorry ama ro chu a break kara zial man tu ka dong lau mai avan lom om em thank you for donation chuan te pau tu cheng sa mi ron ji pe lo mai han lom tak me we sa ngai do thak don enga sao là rồi lo ML khel ngai mà ti tung là rồi lo ngai ML chu khel ngai e kum hlui thla zana enge I do thlak don e kum hlui thla zana do thangai mi God like hin khel to do lo ne an khel a zo to ni shim shim ni khata match ni sel an khel ti na nge moni le
Having the confidence to charge up and invade against Lucknow Giants. Lucknow Giants did find a little bit of a rebuttal, but it did not really work out for them. Yeah, the only time they could find a knock was when they were completely annihilated. So that was there. It was a clean fight from the players of FS who looked really strong. But Hmuhnawm, I like the position that they're
YouTube a super chat ka tuma ka thiam lo tlet YouTube a super chat ai chona lom om face o ka chan pakhat chu mo YouTube atia ron alu hian YouTube hian I cut an nei ni text ang de khan lo la ve ni chu wan san an ja za ron thun ta se za kha kan chan ni ngai lo an huwa ron lu hun turanga khan mo sa group final khel don mati line nak to exam thul thak khopin ka en ang ka ti sin le ka fe la phal lo ni nge o road map om ve khain lo en nang e next jing lo ka account na khan
from the back line. So their backs aren't cleared completely. 7 Habit, I think, will be an involvement. And look at that. There you go. Maverick is spotted. And of course, Sprays will be there. But considering the fact that he is inside the blue, that is too much of for 7 Habit. Seems that they will just prefer to take an exit from this.
Sing lo real hin ka kha savela o Brenda hi lo bar jo ga o ka tiang song han lo ti lo la zo viral thin hi a YouTube a so le khai zim han do lo ai Dakar thum tu che che to ringa ha ka ni hi le em poni se ka ti top tra Dakar thum chu atling ani mai to a do ni na daria ta ri do na ke po chote ka ya le kha ka zir nge ngai do na chu van chuanin nak tu zana group final rong khel le do na nak tu zana group final match Hmuhnawm tak na ni mu kan tumanga ke po in ziranga nak tu te po ka lo relax te wanga nak tu zana mo thale zual zoga ke singa ti thei nan point ani pon tong trai na te po mi lo than pui vela taksa te hi chau duwa ka soi khan ni zan te po na chok na e chungin dam ka nuam sam lo ti hriat ti ka du si lo wa mo lang thei tu rang kha na chok na e chu ka ron te kha tiang ngai to lo tu ra ngai la nak tu zana match Hmuhnawm tak kan thlir ho le ngei ringila zain tan chuan pawh ni sell live ka duh tawk anga chuan khan nak tu exam ka nei sin en ve ka ngai box hi emaw chuan chuanin hi ngan han in chiar ve zoi zoi nga chaw eite ka la ngai bok nen nak tu zan dar sari le chan ve vela live tak hi ron tran ka tumanga a game tak ero 7:45 vela IDP an dong tran dona players ten in hmu le thau kan tum don ni o zain tan chuan in savain mutui choi tui mutui mang tha tha vek u kan ti phodang o eng pawh ni sengoro a kai kan chelok sari ha cholna te pawh ni venga thalo mi ha the si o chol box silwa zo sang pui ral te thank you sari ke samu no mang number mai mon puya tlaw ka lom tu ka enting e grand finally ni so pokwa tangin oh subscribe lo tel subscribe bokala yes like lo te milo like saka milo subscribe saka channel te milo share sak sel turing kanin som tak me va ei kuma top dora kuma top ma hian 10k subscribers ka kai ngai theina imi pui in zawai pui na tharing ka rong ngel tak me bok ani e tun tan chuan in zawain mutui mang tha tha vek u
in the back lines. There is the Hmuhnawm gaming and on their flank, just like you mentioned.
Let's go. Christmas kan thing le ta hit ras kan chen lenga leng ko le mitin te an je sam mo chi kim le se he hun pui lo thenga hian lal ber se kan tan lal pe min clearing si vana chang kian ril ruwa be them lam I hoi teng le I moi ve em ka ti nang to mana chang to pan bu ka chak che hun pui Christmas nang nen sir ko pang hiam bel lo ka lawi chang nem nang nen chuan a dang em chuan in ngei om lom mana ka chen le rol te par tha kan chuang ka ye pan la in ngai ve em le hal pu a se lai ne san lai ka rol lai te u lo san le to thak san man le sa kom manang kon tu na chuan en kim ma dong ai en kim ma don un thar kan so breathing lang kam pan to se hun pui ni kan fa lai na kan ta klem ve ta sa sai che nang lem ko chan mi fing yawa start e zui kwa ren kan nom le do tun chum su tu di rualin kan hangai fam ta de ngai lai in zual lim ta ka kan sai na tua le tang si la wa hu le mun in ngai om le mi tu kum su se lu sun ko hurt in dem turin lal tra piang tai lung ngai te kiang lai phurit la khala กันชัวนิ่งกันดวนฟดนะตัวหัวลิ้นกันช่วงเชียนแต่แน่นหัวนี่ฟันดวงกันลุงมินเล่นมาชิมน้ำชวนกันกินโตโตแล้วก็ปั่นลายเชียนในน้ำบุกกันสับลายแหละถ้าสิ่งเบารวงแต่น้ำเพียงแหละโซนะจับลายแต่โตท่าสันเดย์ให้หานโมชีรินกันเตยกลุ่มเธอตัวองกันเบสเซกันกลุ่มมินเซนเดนโซชันตามาหุ่นกันชิมกันกอลช็อปไอ้โปสุริเซหุ่นคุยกันเทนเล่ต้องอารมณ์ริมกองปาร์ตี้แล้วมันต้องมาควรนุ่นมินตูสักตั้งอันยังเฟียงกินน้ำโฟดมาชิมันมาโบรวมอินทางสุนันนุ่นลุยแดดที่เทคคาโตเฮ้ยโบรกลุ่มเธอจูนุ่นเธอที่กลุ่มตินโตเนมดีเทโรนุ่นดานจูตบนาดีนั่นโนเมกมีเคคอยเฮ้ยเลสเสียชีฟ้าลินกันโมยังเจดีในโลกคันเรียงเวลโมหันหอยสวกเวลาจิกชักมุกสิกซอยนั่นกันจ้าขวบดกันขันจ้าตูตาดีท่าพังอาจิขันชีอมโลอาร์ตันตาเกยจูกันเตยโดนากันดิมารโมยเกียมาคานเปียนโมยกันลุงว่าโอยเกียงอาชวนเองกิมมันดัวนนเล่โลกับเปียนโมยลุงว่าโอยเกียงอาชวนเองกิมมันดัวเอ้ยดูนาลเปลี่ยนทาง